What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we broadcast live simultaneously to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick. I don't know, whatever the hell these things are. But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. We have an amazing last one of, kind of, show planned for you guys tonight. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. He's the apple of my eye, the mac to my cheese, the cookie to my cream, and the Thelma to my Louise. Todd Jackson, what is going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hi diddly ho diddly, everybody.
Classy Grandma was asking tonight whether we were going to see the hi diddly ho diddly.
I know, right? She's always curious, and then she falls asleep before the show starts.
No, she's here, and she's here showing support with a $10 super chat from Classy Grandma. And she says, Todd, this is because I stayed awake, and when my eye doctor asked me to open my eyes, and I say I can't, it's all because of how much I love you guys. I was bound and determined to stay up and say so. Laugh out loud, and I don't know why I did that in that accent.
I don't know why you did that.
All of a sudden, I went from my New York accent to a Tennessee accent.
To a hillbilly accent. Yeah.
I have no idea why, but it was fun. It was fun to do. But welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We have a really cool show tonight. We have a little bit of a monumental show for the only reason of this is the last time, Todd, that I will be doing this show from this room, from this state, from this
End
house.
of an era.
Yeah, man. We I started this show like in my den, basically, of my house, me sitting in front of my computer saying hello to people. And a few years later, this is the last one, man. The house is pretty much empty. As soon as this show is over, I will break this setup down, put it on the truck, and get the heck out of here and head to my new home in Tampa, Florida, man. And I am really, really looking forward to it. Some little bittersweet here tonight, saying goodbye to this place that I've been in for over 20 some years, but it's going to be an awesome new
on to
studio.
Bigger and better things, right?
Yeah, this new studio I have is going to be freaking amazing. It's huge. The space is amazing. The ceilings are going to be huge. I'm going to have so much more room. I'm going to have a lot.
Take up half your house like you are now.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a dedicated area. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like taking up my whole bar area and like, literally like now, like if you can see everything here, man, this is like, I don't want to mess with my camera, but this was my space before, but this was like our living space. You know what I mean? We had like a party space. We had a bar over there and things like that. And now it's just a big empty freaking space, Todd. Crazy. But my setup was right there, like right in the middle of all that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I have my whole thing right there, my green screen over in the other corner. So, but that's it, man. This is it. We're gonna get out of here and we're gonna try the new space. It's gonna be freaking cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say goodbye to this place tonight. It's gonna be cool. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Florida's cool. You're gonna be so close to Disneyland. You guys are huge Disney freaks, so
we are like Disney people.
Half an hour, 40 minutes from Disney.
It's gonna be yeah. We're like 40. I think where we are, we're gonna be like maybe 45 minutes to like an hour from Disney, and like same thing from the beach, like 45 minutes to the beach. So we're like placed perfectly. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be able to do a lot of.
You didn't get hit by a hurricane, so the new house that you're moving into is still there.
Hurricanes. You know what I mean? As long as I'm not freaking shoveling snow anymore, that's all I care about.
Yeah,
man.
right.
No shoveling snow. No, going out to my car when it's minus 20 and like I can't feel my
block
balls.
heaters and.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You get rid of all that stuff. Lucky you.
We had another super chat, Todd. $10 super chat from VR Central. Who's that guy? It says, "Sup, nerds."
Sup, nerd. He's like the biggest of the nerds. Come on, sup, nerds.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then we had another, holy moly, Classy Grandma. You're awesome. We appreciate it so much for this. Everybody, thanks for the super chats. We really appreciate it. $5 super chat from Classy Grandma says, "Everyone should give to Eric because the poor guy is going to be my neighbor. Wait till he gets here. Gets a load of me." It's going to be super cool, man. I'm excited. Cool. There are a lot of VR people like it's going to be close to me in Florida, and we're going to do a Florida meetup or something. I think that would be pretty cool. Mickey Bear lives in Florida. Brad lives in Florida.
Should do like a meetup at Disney.
Oh hell yeah, I'd be all over that.
Let's go to Epcot and have dinner somewhere in Germany or something. That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah, we have a Facebook user says Eric is officially a Florida man. I'm pretty damn close, man. I'm pretty damn close.
Facebook users are. Dee is not with us tonight.
Yeah. So sorry, no D tonight. She's not feeling well, guys. She's a little under the weather, so she might be watching. So everybody, hit D up right now in chat and say, "Hope you feel better, D," and
Yeah.
for next week's show.
Oh, sure.
But let's get to our chat and say hi to everybody, Todd. So
Yeah.
we can get to our guest because we got a guest waiting and we want to talk to him a little bit. And Mind Jive says first, and I do believe, I think maybe he was first. I don't know.
I think he was. Yeah.
yeah.
He's first on my list too.
Yeah, Mind Jive. Good job. Tasselhoff is here. What's going on, dude? Classy Grandma, of course, is here. Lighting up with the super chats. Chris 9989 is here. Q Creator is here. What is up, dude? How are you doing? Michelle B. Skiva 007 says, "What up, VR homies? What up, Skiva? How you doing, man?" Traveling Man 3775, Bacardi B, Chris Oaks, Destiny 11, Todd Q2C VR Gamer is here. Rattlehead 9026, the Handy Capable Gamer says, "Hey VR crew, what is up, man? How are you doing?" Assassin 32 is here. What is up, dude? Let's see, who else do we got? The Academy says aloha. The Academy of Language and Therapy and Life Coaching is here, Todd, of course. Brandon VR is here. Butter Something is here. Says hello, Todd. Says, "What's good, Skiva? About how about that guest tomorrow? Big W. Who do they got tomorrow over in Between Realities?
I don't know, Skiva.
Who's Big W? I haven't looked and seen.
I haven't seen it either. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got. Awesome Tatum is here. What is going on, dude? Highjet Gaming. Bad Robo. Ryan B. Fourth Wall Breaker. Zell 2318. We have a Restream bot showing here for a Facebook user. And Todd, Orland Hooper's here, dude. Orland Hooper's jacked, yo. Damn right he is. I love Orland Hooper.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Hey, D made a showing. What's going on, D? How you doing? Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does.
If we keep doing that, she's going to kill me. So we better stop, especially when she's not here. Alex VR is here. Says, yo, what's up, friends? What's up, Alex? How you doing, man? Got a chance to play a little Firewall with Alex and Creeper Betty earlier this week. And maybe we'll touch on a little bit of Firewall, a little bit of Crossfire Sierra Squad, just because I got a couple of new thoughts on both of those. Another Facebook user says, "What up, boys?" And of course, Wise Director says, "Hello, Wise Director." Let's see. Todd, you stole Skiva's hat, he says.
I know, right? It's the best hat ever.
Obscure Nerd is here. What is up, Andy? How you doing, man? Let's see who else. Man, Substatica is here. There's so many people chatting. Creeper Betty has shown up, Todd. What is up, Betty? How you doing? We need a drop for Betty.
Yeah, I should totally make a drop for Betty. That's a great idea.
Chatty is here. Chatty's got some new merch coming, Todd. Chatty's got a couple of things on the way. Should be there shortly. That sounds cool.
I want pictures when you get them, Chatty.
Heck yeah. We're going to give some merch away tonight, guys. We're going to talk about, we're going to give a hoodie away tonight. Not tonight, but we're going to set it up to give it away tonight. Slimu Gaming is here. What is going on? The Griffins, that Griffin dork is here. That's an awesome name. Sanador the Game Tiger is here. Man, lots of cool new people. Who else we got? Am I missing anybody? App J.
No, I think you got everybody.
Awesome. Did we figure out who Daniel Kaz is here? What's up, Daniel? How you doing, man? Did we figure out who the guest is for Skiva tomorrow? Did he ever say? Lots of Get Well D's in chat. Who's the guest tomorrow? Look it up, Todd. It's probably on their website. Interesting. All right, cool, man. Thanks everybody for showing up tonight. I appreciate it. Oh, that's where I forgot about that. It's Todd. It's your favorite person in the world.
Oh yeah, it's Ricky.
It's not Ricky. It's not Ricky.
It's Ricky. I forgot. Dude. I knew that actually.
It's Richie. That was the best story ever. So we're at this party at Gamescom, and Richie from Richie's Plank walks in, and this guy, he's like an old G, right? It's freaking Richie from Richie's Plank walks in, and Skiva goes, "Mash, oh my god, it's Richie from Richie's Plank." He's like, "I can't believe it's him." And Richie walks up to Skiva and goes, "Dude, oh my god, you're Skiva. I can't believe it's you."
I can't believe it's you.
So we're having a few drinks, and I in turn have to have a chat with Richie and tell him that
people this story.
For a whole video, you're covering Richie's Plank, and for the whole video, you call it Ricky's Plank for the entire video. and I was gonna like send him the link so he could like watch it and just laugh at it. But man, he was laughing. He thought it was funny. He thought
yes, it's true.
But yeah, that was super cool. Yeah, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming in tonight. We got a cool show tonight. We're going to talk about some stuff about some games coming up soon. We got a couple of news items that we want to talk about. But first thing we want to do is we want to bring a guy in who's pretty much he's positioned himself as the man who has no eyes.
Agreed.
And that would be Wise Director. What is up, Wise?
Why'd you have to introduce me like that? The guy with no eyes. Out of everything you could have said ever.
See your eyes, dude. Where are your eyes?
We should have
I
all
don't know
wore
where
headsets.
you are.
They're right here. Hey, I'm matching with Todd because he's got the Vive hat
right.
and I've got the Vive headset.
Oh, I like it. I like it. So, Wise, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming in and doing the show. I think this is your first time on Q2C VR Gamer Live. I don't think it'll be the last, but thank you for coming here and doing this, man.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions.
Well, yeah, no, he could completely suck, and we'd be like, "Oh, Wise, you're done. That's it.
You're donezo, kid. You've been canceled."
That's right.
But man, thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, with what you had lined up, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about. I want to talk about you a little bit and your channel, VR Central, a little bit because it's you've been really killing it and doing a really good job with your content. And I think you have a very unique way you do your content and with a lot of humor and a lot of fun. But you have a lot of quality there in what you do. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that. And then we'll hit on some games that we have coming up and just kind of like maybe take a look at some of the things that we have to look forward to in the next few months because we're about to hit that season, guys, where everything kind of blows up and explodes, and I'm pretty happy about it because I like games. So, you know what I'm saying?
Also, as a side note for that gamer tag that you laughed at, the Griffin dork, unless it's somebody that apparently has a very similar gamer tag, I'm pretty sure that's the guy that's been helping me edit my videos lately that just popped in there with that.
Nice. That's an awesome name, man. Griffin dork.
The last couple of weeks we've been.
He's a real funny dude. He's had this thing of managing to take these clips that I think is like a 6 out of 10 comedy and makes it to where I look back at it after he edits it and it makes me like on the floor laughing like this guy is hysterical.
Nice. Wise, let's tell us a little bit about yourself, man. So how long have you been doing VR? Like when did you get into VR and when did you find out that you wanted to start creating content in virtual reality?
I remember it like it was yesterday, man. It was I was in high school and I was moving from one class to the other and my best friend at the time came like barreling down the hallway like making a whole scene to where people started looking at us. He's like grabbed me by the shoulder, shaking me. He's just like, "Bro, there's this new like headset demo that's over at Best Buy. You got to try this shit out." And I'm like, "All right, stop jostling me and we'll go after school today." And this was like back in I think it was like 2015. I went over there. I tried out the Gear VR headset, which for those of you unfamiliar with how that was back in the day, it was the first mobile headset by Oculus and Samsung where you actually had to put your phone into it. I put that on and I'm like, this is gaming for me now. This is what I want. So like I went out and spent like all the money I had as, a 16-year-old with no job just to be able to upgrade my phone, just to be able to get that thing to work because like I had a downgraded phone at the time. You need to have a Galaxy S6 or better. Went and upgraded to the S6 just to use that thing for the VR headset. And then as I got to college, I had saved up a lot of money from working because I had been working almost full time all throughout high school since I was of legal working age. Then I was just like, hey, they have this they have the Oculus and the Vive out. Let me try to see if I can upgrade what I got. So then I started getting into PC VR and I didn't look back.
That's amazing that your first foray into VR was some people's last, and that was the Gear
Right.
VR because you either loved it or you freaking hated it, man. I mean, the Gear, you're like a VR, fanboy, or you're actually when it really, when it
The
bites
hook
you
is
and
there,
hooks you,
and
when
yeah.
you can get into the Gear VR and you still like it,
And you're like,
because
"Wow,
Gear
this
VR
is
really
awesome."
kind of turned a lot of
I
people
still
off.
have it. I still have it in my closet. I kept my
No
old
way, do you
phone
really?
just so I could actually boot it up if I ever wanted to.
Hell yeah, there you go.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean, Todd's in the same boat.
It's like a
Todd's
collector's item for
Todd's
me.
got like an freaking old Acer Windows headset that was kind of garbage too. Look at
Right
that thing.
there. Yep.
Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, there was some weird headsets out, early days, you know what I mean? Oculus kind of did put some stuff into the Gear VR, you know what I mean, to try and push, like a mainstream VR again before the Quest came out. So it was a cool thing to get a lot of people. And I think I remember like they were like, if you buy the phone, like if you buy a phone, you get the Gear VR like included with it or something like that. They had a lot of deals.
They were doing
like
like giveaways, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good way to get people in the VR,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah, but you quickly got the PC VR bug, which is, usually that's not an easy thing for people to get into because you really have to have a little bit of knowledge to get into PC VR, especially back then.
Were you a flat gamer beforehand? Like, did
Yeah.
you have gaming equipment, or did you go balls to the walls?
Yeah,
and
no,
buy
I
everything?
well, I mean, I pretty much had to buy everything actually. Like, I literally bought an entire. I like, just a little bit of probably maybe too much personal background, but just a like basically I had my first like college relationship that just went down in flames, and I
Nice.
was like, you know what, I'm gonna go on some
We've all
retail
been there,
therapy,
buddy. Yeah.
and I went and bought myself an entire desktop gaming setup and a PC VR headset just to run it. Like
Hell yeah.
all from just retail therapy of that relationship. And so and after that, I had been, if you've ever seen this content creation group known as Achievement Hunter, they're like idols to me. They're like my gods. Like those guys are the pinnacle of comedy for me. And so after seeing them do what they do for so many years, I'm like, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to like make people's days brighter just by having fun in video games. And so I started doing that through VR, which I became adapted to, and literally all of that became born from this girl breaking up with me.
Nice.
Which
For
was
your
very,
pain, for your
it's very
pain, you
funny to
found
look back
VR.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's really,
sometimes
it
you
is
need to
funny
dive
to
into
look
those
back
things.
at though.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a catalyst to get you into something that you can be passionate about and find some joy in again. So that was pretty cool. So when
It's funny
along the way,
it's funny that a temporary college fling relationship ended up turning into an 18,000 subscriber thing that landed me a job working at a VR PR studio.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know if most people know, but if you don't, I mean, Wise is an integral part of Impact Reality with myself and Jasmine and Skiva and Wes and Todd and Elliot over there at Impact and a host of other people that are there as well. So, yeah, I mean, you have recently, within the last few months, 5 months now, left your permanent full-time job and you've kind of dove full time into VR, doing your own channel creation and working at Impact Reality full time. So that's pretty awesome.
So have you contacted the ex-girlfriend and thanked her for getting?
Yeah, that you should definitely do that. Can we call her right now?
Can we
call her right now on air?
Not doing
Seriously,
that.
get your phone. We'll call her on air right now and be like, "Hey, Wise is here. He's on air." There's like tens of 20s of people watching him right now.
Tens of 20s of people.
He's so popular.
Because is this just a clever ploy into you wanting to dox me again?
No, I mean, dude, I want you to take your headset off right now. Show everybody your eyes. Come on, you can do it. You can do it for me.
Oh man, I'm having connection issues.
It's gonna happen one of these days, dude. You're gonna.
I'm going into a tunnel.
He's gonna disconnect any minute here, Todd. He's gonna disconnect.
The actually, I don't know if I ever sent you the picture. I would have to go find where I stored it at and send it to you because it's on one of the files on my computer. But I got a picture at CES where Genghis and I traded glasses and then took a picture.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, tell everybody real quick, Wise. I mean, so if they don't follow you or this is the first time they've seen you, you don't show your eyes anywhere on your streams. Nobody's seen your eyes. They have seen your face, of course, before, but not your eyes. And just tell everybody a little bit about that.
So yeah, I mean, like originally I just didn't even have me at all in there. Like basically, if you look at my profile picture now for my channel, that was only changed as of like 2 weeks ago. The whole reason I tried to like keep myself and my identity mainly out of the content because I wanted it to be about the people. I wanted it to be about the fun moments that I'm having with a bunch of these randoms there in VR. It's not like I go in there with a scheduled skit with anybody normally. I've been experimenting with possibly doing some videos about that kind of stuff soon, but like a lot of the comedy that I have is very spontaneous. It's I go into a lobby, I just happen to meet the right people, and because I want to be able to show the VR community in its best light. I don't want people to look at the videos and like look at me and say like, oh, I want to be this guy. It's like I want them to look at the video and I want them to say I want to hang out with these people. There's a very large mentality difference between like being obsessed with that creator versus being obsessed with the things that are in there. And I want them to like the things that are in there, like VR, and help VR overall grow, whether or not they want to watch me or somebody else. I just want the industry to become better. And so I kind of like took myself out of it because I was trying to make it more about the substantial videos in there rather than me.
I like it. I mean, and you know what? It's turned into a thing now where people are like, it's your thing. I mean, like somebody was just saying they saw, I think it was Tasselhoff, said he saw your sunglasses in Grapple Tournament, right? So the game Grapple Tournament, you have sunglasses in there.
It's the glasses and the full mask with the bow tie. The developers put that in there for me like right before the first Grapple Tournament championship. Which became a very weird conversation for them to have because the first place prize was that you got your own cosmetic in the game. And then I won, and then I already had my own cosmetics. So they're like, "Oh, well, that's the end of the tournament. Goodbye, everybody."
I think they should put you in just your underwear in the sunglasses.
Yeah, like Captain Underpants.
Win the next one.
On.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be stellar. Well, with your vest.
I told them
vest and underwear. That's it.
I told them to give. I told them to give Skiva his own cosmetic in there.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw the hell that he went through to organize the tournament. I told him to give Skiva his own cosmetic, and they were like, "Well, we already gave Between Realities their own headset in there." Helmet. So I'm like, "Well, no, I'm saying for Skiva for his own channel." And then the conversation kind of dropped from there, and I was like, "I don't know, I guess they're not doing it."
We need Q2C stuff in there.
We need Q2C stuff.
How dare they? How dare they?
Make it happen.
You were not. Hey, you were not there in the beginning of Grapple. All right, you weren't there when that game was popping off.
I was the guy owning everybody else, and I was like incognito. You just didn't know it was me.
I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple people. TBC Gaming is on TikTok, and of course, dropping hearts like crazy. He's dropped 51 gifts already, and Huggles has shown up, which of course. Is
TBC. That's one of the that's one of my buddies on there. He actually. Is one of the guys that's also very dedicated to Quantar.
Nice.
Which is one of the people that we're working with. Yeah, no, TBC and I can't remember the name of the other guy, but TBC and somebody else were the duo that won the last Quantar tournament that they had.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And we got some other people jumping in too.
Really
here.
Good.
We have, let's see.
I'm going to drop the link in chat if you guys want to jump on to TikTok and give us some hearts.
Yeah, we are live in TikTok too, everybody else, if you want to check that out. And Hopper Man Guy says, yo, Wise, and hello there for the first time, Eric Todd, and all the fellow chatters. What is up, dude? And then we had
as long as the TikTok stream doesn't turn into an NPC stream, then I'll be okay.
Really?
Please, God, tell me you guys have not seen those.
Oh my God, they're all over my TikTok feed. I can't get them to go away.
Oh God.
It's these people that are pretending to be an NPC, and then you do like a
heart so they'll do this. They stand here like this.
It's so annoying.
Oh no!
Thank you.
Oh no! You know what? My
thank you for the cat paws. Meow.
People watching them, thousands,
and I know people that do it. Some of the people on the higher end of it make $7,000 a stream doing that.
It's crazy. Yeah,
because the way that TikTok is designed. The way that TikTok is designed, you don't even realize you're donating. I've actually spent money onto there to like just to try to feed the algorithm because TikTok sees that you're spending money, so sometimes they drive views towards you. So I like bought one of the coin packages. They don't really do a good job of like making sure that you only spend a certain amount of coins like Twitch does with bits or YouTube does with dollars. It's literally just like you click an emoji and it's sending the money for that. So one time I was like, oh, I'm just going to spend $10 on this person. And I just kept clicking different things, not realizing I spent like $50 worth of stuff on there. And I just didn't even realize.
These
like it works. It works.
What the hell, dude? What the hell? I know.
Yeah, I was just going to say on our TikTok live right now.
Nice. My feed, I let my daughter borrow my phone, and she was playing, and she was in TikTok, and she was messing around. And now my entire feed is filled up with little Chinese women eating food. Like, I'm like, what in the hell is this? Like, they're like chewing loudly and like, no, and they're like the tiniest little Asian women eating all this like huge food. And I'm like, what the crap is this? So like every time I scroll now, I
Is that a
get weird
trend that
shit.
I don't know about?
You
I mean,
don't want to
has
jump into that
anybody in
rabbit hole,
chat
man.
seen this? It's like
I've
like
seen
a
it, yeah.
food eating thing. I mean, it's not just, I guess, Chinese women, but I mean, it's a large part of it. Like, and they're eating all kinds of different weird food, but it's like they have the mic right next to their mouth, so you hear
Yeah.
like them slurping and eating, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this? Who watches this garbage?
This is
And
the
then I look and it's
ASMR
got like
podcast for
millions and
Q2C
millions
VR
of
game.
views. It's crazy.
It's
Todd,
crazy.
you need to start eating on stream, bro. Naked. Oh man, too funny.
You were just trying to get me in my underwear for grapple. What is it with you doxing people and making them naked?
Oh man,
You got some kind of sick fetish.
All right, take the headset off. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you.
I'm going into a tunnel.
His are Minecraft videos. If he gives his phone to his kids, then it's riddled with TikTok Minecraft videos.
I'm like, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm not giving you my phone anymore, man. It's so weird. So Wise, tell us a little bit about your channel now, though. I mean, when did you decide? You got into to virtual reality pretty heavily. You're into PC VR. When did you say, I want to start doing, creating content, and like, how did you do that? Did you figure it out on your own? Did you have somebody help you, or how did that transition take place?
It was pretty much all on my own. I mean, there's at the time whenever I started doing it, it was late 2017 going into early 2018. So like there was some guides about like general VR tips. Like I remember watching Alex VR and VR Oasis like way back in the day, and that was like my tooltip guides for that. But other than that, there was nothing. There was like I had to, figure it out, just making every time I had a problem, I Googled it. Every time I had a problem, I YouTubed it, and it was just kind of a slow process for that. But sort of the reason why I got started was like outside of the breakup thing that got me to get the computer, there were some other things that ended up happening around that time, very personal information type stuff, but like basically it put me into like a very rough position. And at the time when that happened, I just happened to when I had like no motivation to even like get out of bed and eat, like I literally just turned on the TV. I happened to see these guys from Rooster Teeth from Achievement Hunter that my buddy recommended to me a while ago, and I didn't even understand what game they were playing. They were doing something in Gmod. I did not understand it whatsoever. But even not understanding the game, they made me laugh like I had never laughed before. And I'm like, after I like slowly came out of that emotional recovery, I'm like, I cannot be the only person that has had those kind of days or weeks or whatever. You know, 7 billion people on this planet. I want to try to do what I love, which is playing VR, but also try to do what Achievement Hunter is doing and making people's days better by doing it. So then I've been pouring, thousands of dollars, probably tens of thousands of dollars per year that I can pour into. Like I've spent probably a third of like everything I've made in my lifetime towards trying to make this channel better through like giving out stuff, getting video assets, hiring on extra help, and like doing everything that I can to try to make this channel better so I can have more reach, I can bring people more joy and just make the VR industry better while also giving people help through game guides or just making people laugh.
Nice. And you say making people laugh, and that's kind of what you've done. I mean, was it intentional for you from the beginning? Did you? I mean, you have a really good sense of humor. So was your channel intentional, like where you wanted to bring a lot of humor into what you do? Right from the beginning.
Yep, that was definitely the start of it. I like if you go back and look at like my really early stuff, it was mainly all just comedy. I only started doing game guides and stuff like that about a year and a half to 2 years later. Mainly because like the way I think is like I pull the dumbest stuff whenever I'm playing games. Like I'm ridiculous. But I'm also very analytical and strategic whenever I think and do stuff. So people are like, "Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that?" And I'm a big advocate of like free information and wanting to make sure that everybody knows what to be able to do. Like for instance, one of the things I think you said we're going to talk about later today, grapple, or something we talked about a little bit ago with the cosmetic. That's a game that has a lot of mechanics in it that sometimes people don't really understand. And so like I made like a breakdown and analysis of that game because I'm like, you can hate this game if you want. Like if this isn't your game, you go right ahead. But I want to make sure that they at least know everything about that game. I don't the worst thing for a developer And the worst thing for these VR communities is that they go in there and they're like, "Oh, I hate this because I don't understand it." They're like, "Oh, I hate this because like this is dumb or something like that," just because they purely don't know what to do. I would rather them hate it because they hate the concept of the game rather than hate it because they don't understand it. So I've been making stuff about guides to like guide people along later on with like Ghosts of Tabor, Breachers, anything I can get my hands on that I might have like a strategic edge in. But a lot of it, kind of loop back was all comedy starting out.
Yeah,
And
and,
that's
and
mainly my focus still now.
I love it, man. I think it's such a good part of your channel. You do have a great sense of humor. People love, watching you for the other things, for the information that you can bring. But I mean, the way you do it in a good-hearted way and in a funny way, I think it just adds to it, right? Like, I think you can do both, right? You can actually bring, a good sense of humor to keep people entertained, but you can still bring, a lot of information on trying to help people get through certain things, or and you're a really good, you're really good at shooters, so you try and show people why and how they do things and how they get through things, especially like games like Ghost of Tabor where it's a difficult game. So I think bringing both sides of it is such a good thing.
And that is something that, like, as a personal perspective, I will recommend to people that are trying to do anything with their channel. That's what's helped me out a lot because generically, most people aren't going to look up things like funny moments in Ghosts of Tabor. Like that mainly is something that just gets pushed out onto people's feed. Is what comedy is mainly for, like, especially gaming type stuff. But if you have something on there where people are like, oh, I want to find out the fastest way to level up my traders, you see my video, you're like, oh, now I know how to level up all my traders. You might see something at the end that's like a Ghost of Tabor thumbnail with like some laughing emojis or something like that. Just something that's more comedy oriented. So you come in because you're searchable as a guide, but then they stay because you made them laugh. Because a lot of the times, I feel like we as people, like especially, I'm guilty of this as well. I look up something, I'll Google a guide for something, and then as soon as I get the information I need, I click off. I might
Mhm.
forget to subscribe. I might forget to like, even if it did help me. Like, I will at least try to remember to do that, but I forget most of the time. And so that's why you see a lot of these videos that will have a bunch of views on a video that are like 10 times the amount of their subscriber bases because they're very searchable. But we as humans we're selfish and we're like, oh, we're just going to get what we need and leave without helping them out. And so, but if you give them those guides, but also stuff that's going to give you a higher comment and subscriber retention rate like comedy, you're getting to hook them in and then keep them there.
Yeah,
Speaking of
and
support, on TBC Gaming, I got or on TBC Gaming on TikTok.
I,
TBC Gaming says, "I love Wise's channel. I try to support him every time I see him go live. He really makes my day sometimes." So,
oh, that's
a
awesome.
shout out from TBC.
Uh,
Way to
Thank you,
go.
TV.
Yeah, Roddy Mama says, "Wise, put a smile on someone's face and make the world a better place."
Should be your new motto.
Now that's actually the quote on the like about section of my channel.
Is it really? That's nice, man. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it. So let's talk about like your type of gaming. We talked about shooters. You're really really good at especially competitive shooters. You're really really good at those. What types of games do you enjoy? Like either recording videos of, and you do both. Like to tell everybody, you do like you live stream quite a bit. You do drop edited videos as well. But number one, let me ask this: what type of games do you really love to play the most? And then two, what do you prefer? Do you prefer live streaming or do you prefer editing videos?
So for the first part of that, I'd say I play pretty much anything I get my hands on. I kind of have a spectrum of like what I lean more towards, probably like most VR people. I'd say like high end of that would be shooters. Like I love, going in there, have an objective, getting to a goof around, but also be strategic if I wanted to. Like breachers, contractors would be definitely top two up there. Love grapple tournament as well. Anything FPS wise like that. And then I guess at like the lower end of it, stuff that I normally don't play would be like single player puzzle solvers and social games. Like if I'm just gonna like if your objective is to just kind of go in there and just sit around and talk, I'm like, well, I can do that outside of my VR headset. Like I'm coming in here to do stuff I can't do in real life. And then you've got other puzzle solver type games like I Expect You to Die, Half-Life Alyx, and stuff like that. Like those are, in my opinion, like greatly crafted games, but I almost never like go towards those types of like really high resolution games that everybody like always talks about loving, like Bone Lab, Boneworks, um, Half-Life Alyx, and all that stuff. Because like even though they are very well made, it's just like not my genre of what I typically go towards. I don't know if you guys like have that kind of opinion where it's like, hey, this is really good, but it's not my thing.
Eric have that opinion? No.
Never. What are you talking about, man?
He played 2
What are you
cooking
talking about?
simulators yesterday. I know he did.
Oh, dude. I don't know. To me, I mean, look to me.
Eric saying something is dog shit on live? What?
Never.
Never.
Dog shit's a strong term. You got to be careful when you're saying these things.
Oh, is it for you now? Is it a strong term for you now?
It can be a strong term, and I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't have a set style. I love shooters. I'm a big shooter fan. I do really like them a lot. But not only that, I love adventure games. I love puzzle adventures. I don't like just puzzle games. I prefer puzzle adventure games like Wanderer, things like that. I'm just not a big mobile VR gamer. So when you get into like things like, I don't know, for me, it's like the very shallow, cookie cutter games like,
What the bat?
cooking. Yeah, what the bat? Cook any cooking simulator, pretty much. It's just they're so shallow for me. I just don't want to play them. Like, what's the other one? What's the one? Tentacular. I mean, that's another one. I'm like, I just don't want. They're just
He
not
made
for
me
me.
play that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get they're probably good for people like there are people out there that do enjoy those things. There's there's a lot of people out there that like Animal Crossing, right? Super popular game, and Garden of the Sea is very much like Animal Crossing.
Right.
I go in there, I want to shoot myself in the face.
You
5
better
minutes
watch
in,
what
I'm
you
like,
say
"Get
about
me the
Animal
fuck
Crossing. My
outta here."
girlfriend loves that game.
Well, again, yeah, it's for Betty loves it. Betty's one of my best friends. I love Betty. She loves like Garden of the Sea. Me, I don't want anything to do with it. I just can't. I can't do it. I don't have the patience for it. It's nonsensical to me. I'd rather go in and shoot something. Just would. But I don't know. What about you, Wise? I mean, do you go in and do you go? Let me ask you this. Forget about what you want to play for your channel. Forget about like what you think your audience wants to see. What do you play when you just want to play for you? And like, do you like games like cooking simulators or just mobile type games?
Or is this a conversation we can only have off air?
Well, I mean, if I'm just like whenever I go on my off time, I still love to go into FPSs. Like that's it's still what I like to do mainly. Like I will go into other types of games though. It is whenever you do stream, it is a balance of like trying to find that perfect pinnacle of like here's what you want to be able to play at this moment in time. Here's what you have an itch for. Here's what's like the most popular game that's out right now, and then you got to find something in the middle, and you're like, what can you play right now that is trending, that most of your audience will like, and that you don't get annoyed playing it. Like I'm never going to go on live and play a game that I hate just for views, and like pretend to enjoy it or whatever. I don't ever want to have to do that. But finding that pinnacle in between them is good. So like for instance, we were just talking before we got on here about how like I love Demio. I
Mhm.
love getting a group of 4 together, going in there, yelling like, "Oh my god, there's another giant slime!" and like just freaking out in there. I love that game, but like it's not always the best streaming games. Like I may have an itch for Demio, but I might decide to go stream Ghost of Tabor instead because Ghost of Tabor is popular. It's not that I hate Tabor and I don't want to play it, but it's more like, hey, I know that this is going to do better in the long run, as far as like viewership goes and people discovering me.
Yeah, I mean it's a very slippery slope when you start playing things because you think it's what your channel wants to see, but it's maybe something you don't want to. People will feel it. Unless you're like super good at like just pretending, but most people you can just tell when they're not into a game because they're not having any fun, and it's difficult, especially when you're trying to do the things that you do, like bring humor to it. If you're just not into it and you're not feeling it, that's like for me, like I've always gotten to the point where if I don't feel like I'm ready to stream or ready to entertain somebody, I would rather not stream. I'd rather not fake my way through it because I think people will know, and then I think you become disingenuous.
Yeah, literally just this past Tuesday, whenever I was streaming Tabor, went on the first raid with like $80,000 worth of stuff, and the game like within the first 10 minutes just crashed, lost everything, and I'm like, and I went, All right, boys, screw it.
I'm out.
I'm like, I'm putting it on a chat vote. We're either going to a different game or I'm going on only naked raids because I'm not playing this game if it's going to take away all my stuff.
Now, naked raids for you,
And
is
they wanted
that
me
in
to
the
naked
game,
raid,
or
so I
you
went
just
in
get
there.
naked in real life?
Is that on stream or in the game?
What is it with you with trying to get people naked?
It's, natural.
You have a problem.
You should do that.
Golly.
For your stream. Just go naked. Just wear your headset.
Headset and
your
a
vest.
haptics vest, maybe a sock.
Dude,
I'm pretty sure that would get me banned.
Yeah, right.
the amount of people.
I did actually one of my fans did send me a light up suit. It was like one of the suits that like LEDs on and stuff like that, lit up a bunch of different colors. And I wore that during one of the streams and said like I titled it like my suit's in the wash or at the cleaners.
Nice. I do like you kind of like always have the same type of outfit on. So like, a lot of times, like you said, you have your headset on, you always have your B haptics vest on, and you've been recently going with the tuxedo shirt, which I really like.
Well, no, this has been a thing since like my
Oh my God,
like
that's
third ever
OG.
stream.
Yeah, but is it now? Does it look different because of the? When did you start with the vest? Let me ask that.
So the vest was it was, when was it? That was like November or October in 2021, I think. That was like right after I graduated with my master's degree, right after I got my first job out of college, and I was just like, hey, I want to be able to use this and start integrating all my stuff with it. So I started just wearing it every stream because I used to like wear it on and off depending on if the game had integration. But then one thing I started to do, which I don't know if your audience might like this kind of thing or not, I started hooking it up with with passive and active redemptions on my Twitch streams. So what happens is my vest can actually like kind of talk to the chat in a sense. So somebody comes into my Twitch stream, it's their first time chatting in there. Twitch recognizes that as a unique event. Whenever it's a unique event like that, if it's the first time chatting, it actually sends a tactile feedback file and sends it to my vest of simulating tapping me on the shoulder to be like, hey, there's a new person.
Nice.
Or if somebody follows, it'll do like this like frontal like impact on the front of the vest to be like, hey, there's a new follower. It does the same thing, like circles with bits. It does like a scan for subs. So I can feel what's happening on my vest without even having to look at my chat. And then I also have active redemptions where people can like try to screw with me in real time. They can send a tactile feedback that simulates a hug. One of the ones they love the freaking most is the shock. I will be aiming with a sniper scope, about to have the shot of my freaking career, and then they're just like, this is a good time, press the button, and I like flinch, and I miss everything.
This is why you really need your OWO vest, though. This is why you need your OWO vest, because
you have an OWO vest.
I want it. They're not sending it to me. I don't know where it's at.
I want to see the shock. I want to see the real shock. Like I want you to have it up to like 80, like almost as high as you can get it, and I want someone to be able to completely shock the shit out of you where you almost pass
it goes
out.
to 80. 80 is the highest, and when I tested it at CES, they put it on like 19, and I was already losing control of the muscles in my arm. Like it was
absolutely
that thing is dangerous.
I've had it up to 80.
It's dangerous.
I've had it up to 80. I couldn't even do it on, because certain parts of your body, because the shirt is like, it has contacts all over you, so certain part of your body doesn't take as much shock as others. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could take more shock in different parts of my body, like near my ribs, the shock, I couldn't take it anywhere near as high as I could like on my back or my shoulders. So like, I mean, if you get it up to 80, I mean, it could like paralyze you or you collapse.
I did make a promise. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it on full percent, but I'm gonna kind of like, as soon as I get that vest, I'm gonna hold a raffle on my community. Whatever percentage I can take, I'm gonna put it to that. And I'm going to make an announcement. I'm going to have a raffle of everybody will enter, and it's all free. Whoever wins the raffle will get to test the OWO vest with me live on stream for the first time. We'll go into whatever game supports that has guns in it, and I will literally like get on my knees, like praying like they're going to execute me, and they'll just unload into me with an LMG, and that's their prize, is that they get to hurt me.
Let's get a shock collar for you.
Let's get a shock collar too,
yeah, that would be sweet.
What is it with... You're so messed up.
Come on,
I'm working for this man, by the way.
Your community would go nuts for that, man. That would be awesome.
Also, Roddy mentioned something, the electric chair. So that was actually something that it kind of broke on the integration. I need to go back and fix it. But essentially, and this hasn't really been a thing because we haven't gotten the viewer count up that high. But like whenever I was like teetering on 50, we had this thing where if I had 50 or more viewers in the live stream chat at one point, it would activate a special redemption called the electric chair, which it's kind of like the shock that I have on there, but it activates for at least like 4 seconds and it turns all the haptic motors up to 400%. That thing is terrifying. It's not fun.
I love it, man. I want to see this now. We have to do this. I'm calling OO tomorrow to get you a vest.
Send it to me. I'll do it. I don't have the dang thing and I want it. I ordered it like back in December 2022.
Oh my god. What is up, Bri Cub 2? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in. Ender's VR Arcade is here. What's going on? So I don't even know where to go from there, man.
Bad Robo says, you know what else? Who else takes shock to their body?
My mom.
Yeah, she does. Where's D?
She does.
I forgot all about the Muscle Man references.
The what? What references? My mom?
The Muscle Man references.
The Muscle Man references? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. That's the guy that says my mom. That's his name is Muscle
Oh, is
Man.
that his name? Okay. All right, that's cool. I didn't even know that.
You can't tell me you didn't know that.
I did not know that. I know where it's
I know
what program it was from, but I don't remember who had said it, but that's cool. Muscle Man, I love it. Brandon VR says, did OO stop
it's this
shipping?
like green guy who's very flabby. He's not muscly at all. He just goes, it's like, hey, you know who else likes to play VR? My mom.
Nice. I love it. Did OO stop?
Oh, should
shipping?
I? Speaking of where to go from there, though, should I show them the AI voice that you guys were talking about?
Oh yeah, definitely. Hit the AI voice. I want to hear it.
All right, hold on.
So why is this a new AI voice?
Be advised, Q2C VR is the best podcast.
Awesome. I love it. Todd, you got to clip that.
Yeah, totally will.
Oh man, clip it.
Yeah,
That's
so
how we
and that's something that I want to put into a video later on at some point, but I've been experimenting with trying to get AI voices working inside my VR headset and everything. And so I would be going into the contractors lobbies with the Modern Warfare 2 game modes and maps and all that, and I would say things like I'd go, be advised, Todd, you're at the bottom of the leaderboard. I need you to step up your game. And like people would be blown away. They're like, when the hell did they add that? And like,
where did that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, tell everybody what you did. What is that? What are you doing with the AI voice? How you doing this?
So like, long story short, essentially, I took a like raw voice lines of the COD announcer, extracted all the individual MP3s, uploaded it into this converter that I was using. It was like some like custom program somebody made on like a Google Workspace where you like upload it and you have to like tinker with all these settings and extrapolate the audio and try to like create this thing that's known as an RVC voice, which is like a folder of like a bunch of different pathways and files and all this stuff. And essentially you zip that up and put it inside this program called voice.ai. And then it like, you start to train your voice. So you go into the integration with it and you have to say very specific lines that it uses to register your independent voice. So like if you were over here and you tried to use my mic, it wouldn't sound as good because it's integrated into my voice specifically to try to like change all of what I sound like into this COD announcer. It's not perfect. It works. I'd say it works a lot better whenever I have my Valve Index on. Because the mic is a lot like closer and it's like right there. I think the mic is probably clearer on the Valve Index, but it works. I mean, I've been trying to see if I can get certain things into there. Like I want to put in I got the Halo announcer in there. It's kind of still a work in progress. What I would love to do. One thing I started actually doing. It was a different voice I started doing. I started experimenting with the droid voice from Star Wars Battlefront, so that when I go into the Star Wars Battlefront contractors lobbies, I can go in there and start like messing with people on that team.
That would be sick.
If I think
come on guys, let's get these clones.
Oh my god, that's cool.
Don't worry guys, there's 4 of us and only 1 Jedi.
You got to give him a Roger. Gotta give him a Roger.
Roger.
Yeah.
That's sweet, man. I
That
love
was
it.
good.
I love it.
Gotta
Bad
do
Robo
my
says,
mom with the droid.
he wants you to say my mom.
Oh, wait, with the droid thing?
No, not with the droid thing. With the other
No,
one.
the other one.
Oh, the COD? All right.
Yeah.
Be advised, my mom is watching the VR podcast.
Just do my mom so I can cut it.
Good.
My mom.
That is the coolest voice, man. I love that thing.
That's pretty good.
Actually,
yeah.
I legitimately,
the
there's
hell
like a
out of that.
1.5 second delay between the mic and when it actually activates. So I had to, it was borderline impossible to try to get the COD beep because it's like so like right next to whenever he talks. But I had to go and get the COD beep, extrapolate that as its own small little MP4 file, and then have it to where it like I measured out the delay in my Adobe Premiere whenever I did like the audio recording in there, and then made it to where like the beep starts right there. So like you guys hear it and it sounds good. Whenever I do it, I have to click it as I start talking, and then I hear it again beeping 1.5 seconds later after I've already started talking.
I
So that
got
way it syncs up
Love
with the
it.
delay.
That's awesome.
My mom, Roger. I love it, dude. Oh, I think that's awesome. So let me get back to one question that we talked. I had asked earlier that we didn't get a chance to get to, and that's live streaming or recording videos. What I mean, I know you live stream at least once a week, twice a week, I think, and you know you do
It's
drop.
twice a week.
Yeah, I mean, so what do you prefer? I mean, I know you really do love live streaming, but which one would you, if you had your choice to do just one or the other, what would you choose?
If I was to do just one or the other, I'd say probably like making videos is where a lot of my passion is at. Mainly because it's like it's solidified, it's there forever. It's not like, oh, it just happens that one day and then nobody ever really goes back and looks at the VOD besides a few people and then it's gone after 2 months.
Mhm.
It is fun to go on those live streams, but it's even more fun to like it's a lot more work. I would say the with streaming, it's a lot of like you have to make sure stuff is prepared live in ahead of time. But with the videos, it's just like it's so much editing on the back end. It's so much. I mean, that's why, like I said, I had somebody that's helped me out with my videos lately. But the uh, it's having that video there that's solidified that like anybody can have like pop into their feed at any point and just give them a good laugh. I like that a lot. Just getting to put in so much editing, so much randomness into one video that like sometimes you can't do that kind of like stuff live. Sometimes you have to edit it afterwards. Especially with like how I put in like 110% with all that editing stuff and make sure I go in with like the zooms and the text edits and all that kind of stuff and trying to craft like really nice intros for people that explain everything. I love having like a solid video like that that can just kind of be there solidified forever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, I do enjoy making videos, but man, I do love live streaming. Live streaming is cool because you can like interact with people, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like doing this podcast. I get a chance to talk and to people in chat, but live streaming is kind of a different thing because you are trying to entertain people, but you do get to talk to chat, which I do like. You can kind of have them with you along your journey of whatever you're playing. It's kind of cool, and it is a hell of a lot easier. I mean, I don't even know what they usually say is like, it's like 5 hours of editing for every hour or 2 hours of video recorded. I mean, it's a lot of work, man. And live videos, live streams are so easy. There's no editing. You just do it and you're done. And you're playing VR when you're doing it. But I thought you were going to take
Well,
your
that's why-
headset off for a second.
That I'm adjusting. Anyway, that's what a lot of the
Everybody just
that's
thought
what
you
a
were
lot
taking
of-
your headset off, bro.
That's what a lot of the oh, you got to tease him to please him.
You know who else likes to
With
tease me?
with a lot of the stuff that I put on there, it's very easy to at least shave down the footage in a sense. So one thing I have on that like stream deck that I normally use is I have a button on there that is like it's a constant rolling feed. It's like it's a clipper. So I press that, it clips the last 60 seconds of whatever happened. Because I've noticed throughout the years of me like making footage and stuff like that uh some things may have it where it's like there's one scene and then like a couple minutes later there's another scene, but no like independent scene that I would need a footage is like over 60 seconds long. At least for the stuff that I've been doing. So like I just have it to where clips last 60 seconds of whatever happened. So rather than having like 5 hours worth of a stream that I go through, if there's like not much that happened and I don't know where it happened throughout the stream, I can just have like, oh look, there's just 3 1-minute clips instead. So it's a lot less to go through.
Love it.
Yeah, that's super
Love
cool.
it. You got to streamline it, right? Because I mean, you're not doing this full time. You're working for Impact Reality full time. You're doing, your channel on the side. So anything you can do to help streamline yourself to keep your content out. I mean, that's what we all of us try and like. We're trying to find that happy medium to make sure we keep our channels going, as well as being extremely busy with a new business. And those are the things you got to do to try and figure these things out. And I think it's a great idea that you have an editor now and you can find somebody to help you, do some of that work that can be super tedious and take a long time. So, kudos for you for taking that jump.
Yeah, it was definitely a strange decision to do that. But I mean, I guess like and sometimes you find more people that are dedicated than others in that kind of community. Like the guy that's helping me out with my comedy stuff now, he's really good at it. And I mean, he's basically he's a student right now who is trying to go for a film degree. I have offered several times to pay this man. But he continues to insist to do it for free because he loves editing it. He loves getting to see this footage and craft it and help mold it. Like this guy is phenomenal.
Love it. Give me his number. We need a free editor, Todd.
I'm not gonna have you stress this man the hell out. He's already going through a lot with what I'm giving him.
We
I
need
feel
him.
bad about doing it.
I know, right? Throw him game keys. Throw him game keys. Just like Mickey Bear in chat being a freaking boss like he is, dropping game keys like everywhere, guys.
Crazy.
I literally was like, hey, I have game keys. I can give you like this, or that. And then I checked his Steam profile, and he's a dedicated VR guy. Like he literally already has all the games that I was like going to give him. Like, oh, you already have all of these. What am I gonna do?
Hell yeah, that's badass. I love seeing that. That's kick ass. Well, cool, Wise. Let's wrap it up with you a little bit because I want to get to some topics and some games. Tell everybody a little bit. If they haven't seen your channel before, tell them a little bit about what they can expect and maybe what we'll see from you moving forward.
You can expect a lot of strategic gameplay analysis as well as a lot of loss of brain cells. I go one way or the other. There is no in between. You'll either see me have a spreadsheet of exactly how many scavs and players you need to kill to level up your traders to max and Ghost of Tabor, or you will see me whack people over the head with a frying pan and contractors. There is no in between. It's mainly just like a lot of like guides to be able to help people get familiar with games. Laughter and funny moments with a lot of the fun moments we've had as a community, and just overall having a good time.
Love it, man. Love it.
That's
It's a
super
great
cool.
channel. Everybody go check it out. Can we link it in the chat? I'd love to link to number one, your YouTube channel, which is really, really good. Your TikTok and your Twitch.
Yeah, that's the main three that I use. Yeah.
Dude, I think Tasselhoff's been dropping them in
You
chat all
guys gotta have like you guys for Q2C gotta have like a smooth elevator pitch with the lately I've been saying the lines of you can catch me Tuesday and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern on VR Central Twitch.tv, or you can catch me later that night at your mother's house. That's right, if the rooms are rocking, don't come a knocking.
At my mom's house? What? My mom.
The best thing that I heard so far tonight, though, is simply this.
Be advised, Q2C VR is the best podcast.
That was quick, Todd. You're on it, dude. I love it. That's amazing.
That was the Hasselhoff rewinding and recording and sending me some stuff.
I think the most
well
insulting
done,
thing
Kat.
that I
Well
did to
done.
somebody that he like targeted me in the match after that to try to kill me was I killed him by whacking him with a frying pan. Like I literally like physically moved my play space to dodge his bullets, hit him with a frying pan, and I said, "Be advised, you should uninstall this game."
Nice. Wise being toxic. I love it.
Right.
Dude, it's so funny though with like some of the people in here who like honestly just as somebody who like I used to play a lot of Xbox back in the day, like that was like the multiplayer console that I grew up with. At least like I grew up with the Nintendo GameCube and Nintendo 64. That was me. But then like after when I moved on to Xbox, that was like my first online experience. And from there, comparatively from that to playing online in VR, you'll have people online in VR that are kind of toxic and whatnot, but the community is so much cleaner. There's people in there that are honestly just loving to have a good time, and it's phenomenal how much the difference is from like flat screen gaming or console gaming of like I remember being in there in the MW2 Modern Warfare 360 lobbies. Like it was bad. Coming
Very
from
bad,
that
yeah.
over to here, it's a night and day difference.
Yeah, agreed. Wise, I just thought of something. Do you have the headset on? Are you in pass through, or you just can't see anything
Yeah.
right now?
No, I can.
Okay.
I have all the virtual monitors here. I can actually I got the monitor here, there, and there.
Oh, nice. I was
as
wondering.
my-
I'm like, I wonder because are you?
Is
So
he even
you're just
looking at
running
it?
on. You're just running on battery then?
Yeah.
Nice. Way to go, dude. You're gonna be out of battery before the show's over. No way you're gonna make it. Nice. Well, guys, everybody go check out VR Central. It's really good. Wise does a really good job. Live streaming a couple days a week, dropping videos like crazy, TikToks. Check them out on Twitch as well. And let's talk some games, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I want to talk about one thing real quick before we get into this list of games that are coming. I want to talk about Crossfire Sierra Squad because I know, Todd, that you jumped in before I did. You jumped into the
I haven't been in since the patch.
Yeah, and you jumped into the Steam version.
Yes.
So I haven't played the Steam version. I wasn't given access to the Steam version. I was given access to the PlayStation VR 2 version. So I actually haven't played it yet. I'm still waiting for a key for the Steam version. So I was away at Gamescom when the game launched. Everybody came out and when there was some kind of mixed reviews. I mean, it was a lot of positive, but there was some negative people saying it wasn't very good. It was super arcadey, which it was supposed to be arcadey. They came out and said this is an arcade shooter. So if people that are saying, why is it so arcadey? You should have known before that it was arcadey. But it was weird the way that people were saying it. And then I saw that you went in to the Steam version and you said you had a whole bunch of issues. So I was super excited to get into it to see for myself what was it all about when I got back from Gamescom. And I've been stuck in this game ever since. It's the only freaking thing I want to play. Even to the point where Tabor has had a huge update. I haven't been in once because every time I go, I want to do anything. I want to get in and I want to play Crossfire Sierra Squad.
Finish it. Yeah.
Or
The
you
game
can see
is so
the YouTube channel
good.
VR Central for a guide on the new Tabor update.
There you go. Nice plug, bro.
Nice plug.
But I gotta say, and I do want to say one thing. This, I'm gonna show you guys something. This thing for me is a lifesaver. You guys know you've seen this before?
Yeah.
This is a Mr. Task quick aim.
Mm-hmm.
We usually see them on the Quest Pros, but he made one for me, and he sells them for the PlayStation controller.
I have one from the Valve Index controller as well.
This thing with that is a
Awesome.
lifesaver, dude.
Yeah.
I can beam from anywhere with this thing because it's so fast and quick because all you're doing is you're holding this and then your front finger just grabs this and it gives you a stabilization to the front of the weapon so it doesn't feel like it's all wobbly all everywhere and it gives me a good aim. And I love this thing, dude, to the fact where the only problem I have is I've been playing a little bit of Firewall 0 Hour and it doesn't line up properly. My gun, when I go to when I go to grab the front of the gun, it doesn't line up. So like if I do this, the gun's all freaking up in the air and it doesn't sit right. So I got to figure that out if there's some way to control that. But man, I use this in Ghost of Tabor too. What the version that I have for my Quest Pro. But I absolutely love this thing, man. It's so freaking good. Like TAS, tell everybody how much these things go for. They're super cheap. But I'm going to recommend, again, if you have a PlayStation and you're liking like Crossfire, and if they can get it to work in Firewall 0 Hour, go get one of these, man. It's
you might
awesome.
like this Wise because this one is for the Valve Index, and it works great with the index.
You need it. You need it in a game like Ghost of Tabor. Because you're always using your two hands so often that using a regular gun stock is a pain in the ass. So here I can get the same stabilization as a gun stock, as a magneted gun stock, but it's so quick to go back and forth. It's like, how you use a gun stock, and the biggest thing is you've never used a gun stock before. It's all about muscle memory. It takes you forever because you can't see what you're doing, right? And it takes you forever to figure out where your magnets are, how to get back to them quickly when you want to reload or you want to climb or you want to loot a box or something. Here, there's no muscle memory because all you're doing is grabbing the tip of it with your finger, with your pinky, and it automatically gives me, you don't need to like have something magneted. You can just grab it with the tip of your finger, and then I can shoot and I can have stabilization.
I lied. This is the PlayStation one. Cass is in chat correcting me. I have an Index one around here somewhere, but I thought this was it. So they do come in multiple colors as well. I know he sells like the rainbow of colors.
Why you always lying?
You busted me.
Yeah, I mean, for the longest time I fought against this thing because I like the mini mag stock, which he has one like this that's mini, but it's mag stock, so it's magneted on both ends. But I don't like that one as much anymore. The quick game, it's because it seems like it's silly because there's no magnet on it, but the front end works so freaking good. Yeah, so that one's really good, but for me, I like this one better now.
Magnets pop off and they just click back on.
Yeah.
They're like crazy,
Yeah.
crazy tough.
I
magnets.
mean, trust me, I've had magnets like that in my my Mammut gun stock. The
Mickey
I just
Garris
like
says, you know who
gun
else likes
stocks
to
aren't
put their
typically
finger?
something.
My mom!
Yeah.
Gun stocks aren't typically something I like. I think gun stocks are fantastic. I'm just worried of being too reliant on them with how much of a variety VR guy that I am, because every game has their own independent calibration with gun stocks, and some games don't have it at all. Like, I'm not going to call him out
Firewall.
because he's a fantastic guy. But there's a guy that I'm friends with. He is a very, very, very good esports player for VR. And we played a new FPS game together. And that FPS game did not have gun stock stabilization at the time.
Mhm.
And even though he I've seen him, he's one of those guys that you hear in old legends of like, oh, he can shoot a flea off a dog's back from 200 yards away. Like I smoked him like 20-2 because you become so reliant on like you have to have something stabilizing your aim. It's like if your vision is like 2018, and then you wear glasses to make it like a perfect 2020, your natural vision will start to deteriorate because you're relying on those glasses. And it's just like that with the gun stock, unfortunately. And I'm just like, with the amount of games that I play, I've become worried about relying on it
I don't
too much.
think Wise realizes how old we are and how much we shake when we play these games.
Yeah, seriously, come on, Wise. You're 15 years old. You don't have to worry about these things.
What do you mean I'm 15? Hey, if I'm 15, that means you illegally hired me. All right.
Oh shit. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. I
Never
retract
mind.
that statement. He's 48.
I've actually been because I apparently sound older than I actually am. I've been kicked
you
from
do, for
lobbies
sure.
before.
Oh yeah.
I've been kicked from lobbies because they're like, "Oh, this guy's too old to be playing VR." Like, and I got kicked. I got vote kicked from lobbies
Wait a minute.
because I
Hold
was
on.
killing people.
People are voting you out because you're too old for
Old?
VR. That's
Who are these people?
ridiculous. I'm gonna freaking kick these.
It was
people's asses.
I think it was just a bunch of onward kids that were like upset that they always got vote kicked because they sounded young or something.
I hate onward kids. I don't even know who they are, and I hate them.
They're like Call of Duty kids, man.
Hey! At least it's not Gorilla Tag kids.
Oh my god,
You
that's
can be
the worst
thankful.
thing in the world.
My daughter doesn't even like Gorilla Tag kids.
Gorilla Tag kids don't even like other
The
Gorilla
fact-
Tag kids.
Just the fact that the fact that your daughter has an opinion at all about Gorilla Tag kids means that you're raising her right.
Yeah, she it was the first thing she asked. How do I mute these people?
Wise Tasselhoff says in chat that let him know if you want to try anything out. He'd be happy to send you something. But I recommend it to everybody, guys. Go to Mr. Tass's shop. If you have a PlayStation, you have to have this. I can't play without it now. Like I jumped into so Alvo is actually launching next week on PlayStation VR 2, and I did a play session today with some other creators, and I jumped in with with this, and it lines up great with Alvo. I mean, I freaking love Alvo. Alvo is just a fast, fun, freaking shooter, man. There's
CS:GO in VR.
no other shooter
It's
out
like
there.
the Black Ops of VR.
It is
what I would say. it is.
because of the speed, man. It's the speed. Every other shooter for me is slow. You know what I mean? And there's different like ranges of how slow. Like, you know, Onward's super slow, but then you have Contractors, which is a bit faster. But to me, it's still slow. It's not. I don't move as fast as I want to move. Like in Alvo, with the way how fast you just run itself. I mean, you will lose your stamina, but when you're
it's run and
sprinting, you can
gun.
sprint
Get those
fast.
kill streaks.
And then the slide.
yeah,
I mean,
and the
that's the
Call of
only
Duty
game
slide.
I know of that you can slide, pop, so you can like hook slide around a corner, pop up, jump, and shoot somebody from above. I mean, that's a Call of Duty thing. That's like a Warzone thing, man. They had for years. You know, they don't actually have it anymore. But
during my first year of VR, whenever I later on in the first year of VR, whenever I moved into my first apartment, moved in by myself, had my own living room all cracked out for VR, so I was able to play in this massive space. Instinctively, whenever I was playing Onward, I like out of fear of my life from these virtual bullets, I instinctively dolphin dived into my couch in real life
Nice.
to try to avoid the bullets.
That's funny.
Nice. I like it. Bad Robo says Pavlov is quite fast. Pavlov is probably one of the closest to Alvo. I will give it that. And Pavlov is
It does
really
depend on the
good
game mode you're
PlayStation,
playing
by the
in
way.
there as well, because they've got so many modded game modes and all that kind of stuff. Pavlov is typically that game that I go towards for the modes that aren't in other ones. So like if I'm gonna go to Search and Destroy, I typically go to Contractors because it's already in there. I will go to Pavlov though for the ones that are like only in Pavlov, like Push, love Trouble in Terrorist Town in there. Have you guys played Prop Hunt in there? Prop Hunt in there is
yeah, it's fun where you
phenomenal.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like literally, and it's all like it's all scale based. So if you hide as like a tiny soda can, you are a tiny soda can, and everyone else is these like massive people with guns, and you're just like, like looking up at them when their bullets are as big as you are.
Yeah, for sure. I do. What was I just thinking? What's the one mode I hate in Pavlov? Is it TTT? I hate that.
If
It's
it's
so
the game
dumb.
with like a detective and the innocent people and the,
Yeah,
and the terrorist thing, yeah, that's Trouble in Terrorist
something in
Town.
Terrorist Town. It's like trouble.
Yeah,
in
it's Trouble in
Terrorist
Terrorist Town.
I'm like, oh, this is just boring. I just want to shoot shit. I just want to shoot as
Well,
much shit in the
like,
face as you can.
It depends on if you're playing it with your buddies or not. If you're playing it with your friends, then it's like you getting to lie to your friends. It's like getting to play like a deception type game. The Trouble in Terrorist Town was essentially the original Among Us. Like that deception type game came out in Gmod like ages ago, and that's like the kid friendly version of it, which turned into Among Us, is what that was based off of.
Nice. I love it. So yeah, I just want to tell everybody I'm super hooked on Sierra Squad. If you don't have it, I would recommend you go get it. I don't know about the Steam version yet, so I won't comment on that one until I get a chance to play it. But
They released a, I think it was on Twitter. I saw a huge patch for Steam.
yeah,
So I got to jump in there and see if they fixed all the problems that I had.
I got in last
They
night.
all seemed fixable and very minor. So
yeah.
I still.
I got in there last night with myself, Wes, Creeper Betty, and Skiva, and we did the 4-player horde mode.
Oh, cool.
Freaking hard, dude! It's
Really,
so hard. I think the highest we got was level 20.
Oh, wow.
It's so hard. Like getting to level 20 is a chore. And then there is a leaderboard for it. Level 39 is the best that is so far. Like and I want to get in. Like I want to get in and I want to beat this. I was talking to Wes earlier. We had our meeting earlier today, and we were talking about playing some games as a team in for an impact and like getting together and doing stuff. And I said I want everybody to get into Crossfire and get good because I want the leaderboard. I want the lead on the horde mode in Crossfire. But you have to get good.
But yeah, right. It's not an overnight success type of game.
Hell yeah. We got the Corvid Confidential with a $3 super chat. It says, caw? I must depart. Enjoyed the stream, guys. Thank you for being here, dude. What's the caw?
I like how you inserted a question mark where there wasn't a question mark.
I'm guessing it's a wise thing. I don't know what that is.
Are you like a crow?
That's not a my thing. I don't know what that is.
I assumed it had to be a you thing.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's not a me thing.
All right, guys. What do you say we let's talk about some games a little bit that we have coming up. Really interested in. Todd, I think we're gonna give a hoodie away, but we're gonna do it in the comments of chat. We haven't done a Q2C VR Gamer hoodie in a long time. I don't want to do it live. Number one, we don't have a wheel because Dee's not here. Number two, I want people to be comment and chat. And all you have to do is after this live stream ends, come back to the stream. You can comment on the video, and all you have to do is say hi. Say hi or comment about the show or comment about Todd's beard looking weird or comment, how, Wise looks like a bug in his VR headset.
Or simply say,
Be advised, Q2C VR is the best podcast.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Absolutely. You can do that as much as you want. But yeah, comment and
Todd, if you need any more of those sound bites, man, just let me know. I can record.
we need a whole bunch, man.
I need a bunch.
I want an Orland Hooper is jacked in that voice.
Yeah, right.
That would be sweet. Can we do that, Wise? Can we do an Orland Hooper is jacked, yo?
Hold on a second.
It's got to be this.
My mouse has
Orland
disappeared
Hooper's
from the
jacked,
virtual.
yo. Yeah,
What's the who? Wait, who is Orland Hooper?
Oh, Orland
Hooper.
What? I mean, did you
You
just
need
say
to
who is Orland Hooper? You don't know who Orland Hooper is?
That's it. That's enough of Wise.
How dare you, Wise? You don't know who Orland Hooper is. Orlin. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Orlin.
Probably,
We-
he's
we,
the Orlin
We
Hooper,
gave him the
dude.
brief before the show, and he just didn't read it.
What do you mean the brief? You said it like 2 hours ago. You're like, you want to come on tonight? Yeah, okay, sure, that sounds good.
Dickel even knows he's freaking Jack, yo.
That's right.
Oh shit.
So yeah,
Wait,
we're gonna
so
do a
do
hoodie.
you-
We got to comment.
Feed me the line. I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Orlin Hooper's Jack, yo.
Orlin Hooper's Jack, yo.
All right, castle off. Work your magic.
Oh, dude, that was extremely good, Wise. Thank you for that. That's funny. Orlin, we got a new drop for you, dude. We'll start switching them in and out. I love
Yeah,
it.
I need a bigger
So
Go
good.
XLR with more buttons.
I know, right? I know. But yeah, let's talk about some games. We have some cool. Well, actually, so just remember, guys, we're gonna do in the chat, in the comments of the video afterwards. Just comment something. We're giving a hoodie away. We'll draw it next week live on the show. Yeah, we got some new designs, I think, Todd, for hoodies. And Todd, I'm wearing like an OG. Look at this.
Oh,
Wow.
one last one here that I might be able to get working.
Okay, nice.
Orlin double kill.
He's gonna want that one.
Is that good? Was
that was pretty?
I don't know how good that one was. I'm still working on the Halo one.
Double
It
kill.
It had Halo vibes, sure.
It was hard to try to like, because he sounds different among all the different Halo games. So I got to like target which one I wanted to do.
Right. Not easy. Not easy. But all right, yeah. So just remember hoodie for in the comments. And let's see, Todd. What else do we got? Let's talk about a game. Let's talk about Alvo because it's releasing next week, and we're gonna do a little bit of another giveaway for Alvo. So currently, right now, Todd, there is a huge giveaway going on for Swordsman. Swordsman hit the Quest store last week. One of the best-selling titles on Quest right now. I think it's like a top 3 or 4 seller right now on Quest.
Yep.
Great game, Swordsman, and the great team at Sin Studio decided to team up with us at Q2C VR Gamer and give a Quest 3 away. How great is that? We're going to see probably very shortly Quest 3s hitting the market. You can win one right now. So, Todd, let's talk about a little bit about Swordsman and just say how long we have coming up for that giveaway.
I'm just pulling up the deets now, dropping a link in chat for those who are not yet entered.
Freaking Quest
It ends on the
3,
30th
man.
of September. There's tons of ways to enter. Joining Discord servers, subscribing to YouTube
I'm getting
channels.
a free Quest 3 from working out.
Yeah,
Oh,
so yeah, that's true.
right.
So Wise, you won the VR workout competition,
Yup.
or the second part of the VR workout competition, which was a Quest 3 giveaway. The winners of the ultimate winners of the Quest of the VR workout were the Grey Wolves, who just ran away with the whole thing for a Quest Pro, which I don't know if they've received yet, but maybe I don't know. I have to find that out. But
I think
super
he
cool.
told me that they received him. Yeah.
Nice, but you got a Quest 3 coming when it launches.
Yup.
Yeah, that's super cool. Not
You should
jealous
give
at
it away
all.
to your community.
I think so. Yeah. You heard it here.
Well, like at the very least, I gotta. The only reason why I did that, so I went out and bought a Quest Pro, even though, like, to be honest, it wasn't really worth that much of the money, in my opinion, with like the different headsets I normally would use anyway. In the lack of like standalone Quests that I actually use, but like now that I have a Quest Pro, like day that thing comes out, I don't want to just make a generic like Quest 3 review. I want to make like a comparison of how the Quest 2 and all the stats and how it performs and all the internal settings and how it lines up with the Quest 2 compared to the Quest Pro and the Quest 3 to like have all of them go across the boards. That way people can like see whether or not they're like, oh, should I upgrade from my Quest 2 to go to the 3? Should I go to the Quest Pro instead? Because like, have you guys kept up with some of the stuff that's been going on Boz's Instagram stories about like some of the stuff with the Quest 3?
Not specific. Hit us what you got. What's he been saying?
Well, like somehow it's insane, and I'm guessing it's because of the different processors that they're going to be having in there and such. But he said that it's not going to have eye tracking, but that it'll have better hand tracking and better pass through than the Quest Pro, even though it's half the price.
I don't see how it's possible. Now the pass
That's
through,
what I'm saying.
The
Well,
pass through, I don't
cameras.
disagree with, but
It'll be better. for
yeah,
sure.
but how are you going to get better tracking from the controllers than you already have with a
It
Quest
didn't
Pro
mention
controller?
that. It's better hand tracking.
Oh, better
Yeah.
hand
Because the
tracking.
cameras on
Oh,
the
okay,
front are
not
better.
controller
So
tracking.
it's definitely
Okay.
going to be better.
Okay, So better
Yeah.
hand tracking, not
Right.
controller tracking. Because to
Right.
me,
No,
I don't know
said
how
hand
you
tracking.
get better than the Quest Pro
The Quest
controllers.
Pro controllers will work with the Quest 3 as well. So
Right, which
there's
is going to
your
be sick.
upgrade.
I mean, that's one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to pair
Same.
my Quest Pro controllers with my Quest 3.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, to me, there is no better tracked controller tracked headset out there. Even base station tracking is not as good as the Quest Pro controllers. They're just not. I've got them all. So I've got a 3 base station system with my Valve Index. It's not as good as the Quest Pro controllers tracking.
Really?
Yep. It's just
Like
not.
I use my Quest Pro controllers. My Valve Index tracks better than whenever I use them. Half the time, if I was like trying to work out in VR workout with the Quest Pro controllers, they lose tracking.
Really? I've never had that.
Never
happen.
had that
I've
happen.
never
That's-
lost
that's
tracking
weird.
ever with my Quest Pro
But also,
controllers.
I'm getting a message coming in your guys' chat from Gryffindor saying why should give it to his editor. So that's definitely him in there.
Nice. We like the Gryffindor, and we will give you one if you come over and edit for us. That Gryffindor. We'll give you a free one.
exactly.
Don't try to steal my shit, Eric. I have
Buy
so
you
little
one.
in this world.
Todd said he would buy you a brand new headset.
If that's all I have to do, done.
Wisely, don't steal my people. Oh, pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, what else is Boss saying? Is he just saying that about the because I do think we're going to see better pass through for sure. Number one, it's going to have a depth sensor, which there's
and it
no
has a
depth sensor.
so
There's no
it's gonna
depth
be way
sensor
better.
chip in the in the Quest Pro, so I think the pass through definitely will be better. Plus, you have a whole generation almost of ways to improve over the original color pass through that we saw in the Quest Pro. So I do think that will be better. Hand tracking is getting really good as it is. They just came up with They just came out with a new update that increased the hand tracking ability by like 70%. They made it that much better already. So I agree that I think that's going to be better. Anything else that he said wise?
That's like all that I've heard so far. It's just that like it was blowing me away that it was like, because originally I was thinking that the Quest 3 was just going to be that median between the Pro and the 2, but like if some of these aspects are somehow better than the Quest Pro on the 3, that was astounding to me. I mean, I feel like most people don't know this because it never gets communicated, but the Quest Pro was never meant to be a consumer model headset. The reason why it had all these like
communicated on
bells-
this channel quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I'm sure you guys have brought up because you guys actually know what the heck you're talking about. But like half the time, I see people in my chat that are just complaining. They're like, "Oh, why is the Quest Pro so expensive? I just want better resolution." And I'm like, "Because it's not meant for you. Like, why do you think it has it to where it's like leaning on your forehead and you can see stuff around you? It's for the VR developers that are typing on their computer. Then they like look into the headset. It's meant to be an industry model. They just from a business perspective." They sold all the Quest 2 headsets and they're like, oh, and they looked at it from a business perspective and they said, okay, if we sold all these Quest 2s for people that are actually taking care of their technology where they're not buying a new Quest 2 every year, if somebody's going to have this Quest 2 for the remainder of like the next 10 years, what are we going to do that's going to maintain profits? You go to the industry, you go to people that are developing these VR games and try to give them an upgrade because they're going to want an upgrade to make these games look better for themselves when they're developing it and like give them stuff to be able to work in a VR digital space and pull all this stuff around. It's meant for the consumers. I mean, sorry, it's meant for the industry. It's not meant for the consumers.
This was a dev kit. It was a dev kit because
and that's what people didn't realize.
If you don't have the Quest Pro, you don't have any games for the Quest 3. Because number one, the Quest Pro has been out there for almost a year, probably in the hands of developers for over a year and a half, who have been playing with color pass-through and making games and getting things ready. So there's no way that we would have games ready to go for Quest 3 that are color pass-through without the Quest Pro. And that's what it was. They came out and said it was going to be a non-consumer headset. It was going to be a business headset, but mainly it was for them to get it into the developers' hands so they could start developing for mixed reality, because they knew that that's going to be the next, probably, the next. To me, it's the next step. You're going to go to AR, but then you're going to go to it's going to be both. You're going to have mixed reality. You're going to have the transition between VR and AR is going to blend, and it's going to be a both, and they know that. So that's why they went to that. So let's talk about this real quick. It did come out recently that Meta reportedly wants to make this new Quest 3 Lite coming in the spring. What surprised me, Todd and Wise, was the price. I did not. They're talking $200, $199.
Yep.
Dude, I think I'm right about this. I don't think they're shipping this thing with freaking controllers.
I don't think so either.
I don't see how they do it. How do you get the only way you're getting it that low? If you're getting a Quest 3 and you want it to be at least a decent headset at $199, take the controllers out.
At $199, if it has controllers, you might as well throw them out because they're going to be crappy.
Yeah. What do you think about this Quest 3 for $199?
The only thing I could possibly think about with this, I mean, and it's the same thing that Meta has been doing for a long time. I mean, you know, as much as they're bringing awareness to the VR community, they're also hemorrhaging money. They're losing millions and millions and millions of dollars every single year because they want to be the brand of VR headset. They're every time that something comes out, like for instance, this Vive XR Elite that I have on right now. Do you want to know what happened? Like the second that this thing got released and said that it was going to be $1,000, literally that week, Meta changed the price of the Quest Pro to $1,000. That week, they want to be the headset that's in the hands of everybody. I mean, Eric, Todd, and I, we always work with all these different developers, and one thing they all have in common is that they got to be on Quest. I mean, you know, I worked with the people over at Veil as well. Veil was a massive game that was phenomenal, and I still like it. They had a massive tournament in Miami where players could show up for a VR esports tournament for $35,000. And you want to know what happened? That game is now trying to develop for Quest, and they're trying to come to Quest because they don't have any players anymore. The Quest has dominated a huge part of the marketplace to make it to where people are reliant on it. And, you know, they're just what I'm assuming is probably with the Lite is that they're trying to make everything like as affordable and as nitty gritty to where every single person can get a VR headset as much as possible. So that way, when they have that headset that they have for the next 10 years, that everybody is on this one OS. It's on Quest. Nobody with a Pimax or a Vive or a Valve or anything like that. Like they want to be the VR headset, and then when all that's said and done, then they can kind of do whatever they want. I mean,
They
there
want
was
to be the Apple of VR.
yeah, and I think Thrill Seeker and I were actually talking about this together when we were at Miami together for that Miami Veil major. But we were talking about it was either that or at CES, but we are talking about like we kind of theorized that Meta wants to be the only brand headset, so that way they can do whatever they would want it to afterwards. Like if you know if they're the only brand headset, and then 10 years down the road, like they consume 99% of the VR market, where there's like nobody with a Valve Index or anything else anymore. What's to stop them from being like, oh, look, now they have in-headset ads of pop-up ads that show up every single time you turn on the headset and every single time you transition into a game and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I honestly think that it's a long play that they're doing of trying to make things like a Quest Lite and trying to make things as low as possible because they want to have a long-term goal of having the hugest amount of profit generation of a massive marketplace dominance.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way you do that is by mass adoption. And I think at a $199 price point for a Quest 3 Lite, it shocks me at the price. I love it. I mean, because I think it'll reach a whole new market that's just not reachable for the Quest 3 right now at $500, right? And that's for the 500 is for the cheapest model, right? So I mean, I think at $199 for a Quest 3 Lite. Now, I need to know what the hell's in this thing for $199. Like if they take out, like I heard that I was reading an article and they had said, at $199, it's not going to have the next gen. It's not going to have the second generation XR2 chip. And I'm like, well, why that can't be. Why would you do that?
Right.
Then it's not a Quest 3 anymore. So you can't do that. And then they said, well, maybe they'll go back to Fresnel lenses instead of the pancake lenses.
Yeah, I read that.
I could see you do that.
Right.
But there's no way you're not putting a next gen chip in this. You have to have the XR2, the generation 2 XR2 chip, even in a Lite model. Otherwise, you're getting a Quest 2 at that point. I mean, what is the difference? If you put the original XR2 chip in a Quest Lite, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're talking about when they say that, if you strip everything out of this, then what are you getting really besides the new form factor of the headset? Plus, I don't know if you can fit Fresnel lenses in that size of a headset. Like that sized headset of the Quest 3 is meant for pancake lenses, not for Fresnel lenses.
Yeah, some of the articles I'm reading, it doesn't even look the same. Like it's definitely more of a media playing device, maybe. no controllers, just a headset. A lot of it.
Yeah, because they did have like the Quest Go and stuff like that. I remember like
Mhm.
way before they came out with even the Quest One.
Yeah, the Oculus Go
But I mean,
was the
and the
original.
hand tracking games are going to be more and more popular, right? Like Demio's even making hand tracking available for Apple.
oh, dude, I need that. Need that with Demio.
So-
Actually, I
well,
can
that's-
technically already do Demio hand tracking. Because with the one of the features of the Vive XR Elite is that it can automatically input controllers whenever you don't have your controllers connected. So like because with Demio, all you really do is like click the trigger and then like move characters to click the trigger to use cards. I can just do that where I just flip over my hand and it thinks that it's a controller and I like pinch for the trigger and I can use cards and like move my controllers with hand tracking on there.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of fascinates me with this. Are you linking me an article to that? I thought that was
It's on Road to VR. That's where I read it today.
wow, that was supposed to be let me just take a look at that before I say anything.
Yeah, I think that it's a great adoption as far as like if they manage to make it good at 199, I would be impressed. And I mean, I know that it sounds very cynical to say like, oh, they're just trying to manipulate everybody to get quests and stuff like that. But I mean, it's a business strategy. They're trying to undercut everybody to be able to have mass VR adoption. And I mean, it's not that it makes them evil. It just means like, hey, they got the capital to do it, and they're doing it well. I think that they've brought a amazing amount of awareness to the VR community. I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't even know if any of us would have a VR PR related job right now. We probably wouldn't have the company that we're at right now if it wasn't for how much VR blew up with the Quest.
Oh,
So I
absolutely.
mean, like,
no.
yeah,
It shot us
you know,
forward. It
and
shot us forward 10 years in
Yeah.
the evolution of virtual reality, becoming
Yeah.
mainstream at least. Anyway, I mean, for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I kind of hate some of the mass adoption they're doing because then like it causes people like me to kind of have a pain in the butt whenever like I go to test out a game for a developer and they're like, oh, there's no Steam build, it's only Quest, it's all ever only going to be Quest, and then the recording looks like crap because it's on the standalone Quest. But the overall, I do enjoy the amount of people it's brought to VR, allowing communities to explode and have tens of thousands of players. But there
Yeah.
are people that the Quest has been pissing off. I had a video that explained, like before they came out with like why they said that they shut down. I put out a video about like why I theorized that Echo was shutting down, and put all that stuff into there. And there was people like lining up in the comments just saying, "I will never buy another Quest product ever again," because they were like so upset at them shutting down.
Yeah, I mean, but those things are eventual, right? I mean, it always has to
Yeah.
happen. I mean, you have to move on to do hardware. I mean, you know how hard it is now for developers to try and develop for the Quest One. It's almost
Well, that's just it.
impossible
They're
to
trying
make
to
it
develop for the
work
Quest
on
3,
both. Right.
and now they're like, well, now I got to dummy it down for the Quest 1. That's
Yeah, I mean,
like
thankfully, they're
impossible.
pretty much saying goodbye to
Yeah.
the Quest One now.
Yeah.
Most developers are not having to do that, but I mean, for that cycle for a lot of the Quest Two was if you had to make your game compatible for a Quest One, into the later cycle of the Quest Two, it was super hard. I mean, you're trying to make these games look as good as possible, so it's super hard to do that.
Yeah.
Z Storm is in chat, says, "What up, nerds? What's up, Z?"
What's
Got in
up?
with a little Z Storm today. We had some fun in Alvo today with some videos coming up for the new Alvo PlayStation VR 2. So that was a lot of fun, man.
I do
owned him.
kind of
I
feel
owned him the
bad for
whole. I
those.
owned him the whole game. By the way, it was a little embarrassing. I felt bad for Z, and I was pretty much owning him the whole time. And I'm like, "Are you feeling okay today?"
I kind of
Z?"
doubt that, but okay.
Yeah. I felt bad for him. I'm like, dude, I
I
teabagged him a
feel
whole
bad
bunch
for
of times.
the Quest One like early adopters. There's some people that like don't have a lot of free financial capital and they like invested early in the Quest One, and then the Quest Two came out like a year later, and then it was. I feel bad for them because like now there's so many games that are just dropping the support, and like I feel bad for them, but it has to happen. It has to happen if we're going to evolve for making better VR games, but it does make me feel extremely bad for them for Facebook essentially treating the Quest One like a stepping stone. They came out with this Quest headset that could barely handle anything, awful FOV, terrible resolution, all this kind of stuff, and they were just like, everyone buy this thing, and then it was just a bunch of people that they collected data from on like how to make the headset better, and then they developed the Quest 2.
I mean, think about it now. Think about how everybody loves the Quest 2, right? There's so many people that have been into their Quest 2 for so long and amazingness. Remember the Quest 1. It was a great device for being a Quest 1, but it kind of like would I want a Quest 1 still right now? Like
No.
you try and make sure that everybody's happy, right? And you're like, oh, don't go to another headset because it'll make the people that have a Quest 1 upset. But I want a new headset. Like, to me, the Quest 1 was great, but everything that the Quest 2 gave me that was better than the Quest 1,
Do you
I
still
want,
have
and I
your
want it as
iPhone
soon as
4?
possible. Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Like, come
I
on.
mean, I don't want to get into a phone cycle with headsets because that's way too much. But I
Well, yeah, I
every
don't need a
couple
new
of years,
Quest
I'm
every year,
okay
but
with every couple of years.
yeah,
Seriously,
exactly.
you know, as long as it's not, you know, you're not going to do that with $1,000 headsets or $1,500 headsets. But if it's a Quest, you know, marketed headset, you know, between $300 and $500, but you're going to give me a you know, you have to make it a sizable jump too, right? Don't give me a 2.0. You know, I don't want a Quest 2.0. I want a Quest 3 and everything that the freaking Quest 3 can give me. Same thing with the Quest 1 to the Quest 2. I want the huge jump. You have to make those jumps big enough, but I don't want to be held back. I want the new headset. You know what I mean? I'm you know, and what happens is you hold technology back to try and like keep people satisfied with an older tech, and that's just not the way it works. And the problem is, you got to remember, we're still in such a young industry that the tech is evolving so fast right now that literally by the time something ships, they already have something ready to go almost that's already better. You know what I mean? So it's tough to keep up with it. Then they have to sit on it for a year or 2 years. I mean, it's just everything is moving so fast right now, you know, in
Yeah.
technology that it's hard. And you know, and this is, you got to remember, this is like expendable income, right? This is not stuff that this is not a cell phone where you rely on your cell phone to live. Most people can't live without a cell phone right now. People can live without a VR headset, so you cannot get into the cell phone cycle. But I'm okay with the 2
Oh,
years.
I was gonna say, come on.
What? How can you live without a cell phone now?
How could you live without a
no,
VR
we're
headset?
saying how can you live? You were saying most
Oh.
people can live without a VR headset. We're like,
No,
well,
not us. We're fucking weirdos. I mean, not us. I can't live without a VR headset, but most people. I mean,
Okay, let's go
most
back
people
and
live.
chat
The,
about Alvo a little bit. Alvo's coming out with a contest, and they
Yes.
are dropping a contest very similar to the one Swordsman's doing. Swordsman's giving away a Quest 3. Alvo is doing a contest that's giving away a Quest. No,
Nope. Not a
a
Quest.
PSVR 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, PSVR 2. Wise. You need to get into this so you can
It's
get a
live. I
PSVR
just
2.
dropped a link in chat.
I would have to go buy an
into
entire PlayStation for that.
Yeah, how come you don't have a PlayStation? Really?
I literally just about a month ago, I officially like boxed up my entire Xbox setup and everything because I just don't have time for console gaming anymore.
Yeah, you got to get a PlayStation VR 2. You got to get a PlayStation number 1, PlayStation 5, and then you definitely need to go get a PlayStation VR 2.
The
We could be playing
I
Crossfire Sierra Squad right now.
I
You'll be
was
playing Alvo
I
next week.
earlier today was like the first time in I think 2 months or actually probably 5 months or so that I played a flat screen game because I like really wanted to try this out. I played a Cursed Halo like a little bit ago before coming on here.
Nice.
Have you guys seen that?
No, I haven't seen Cursed Halo.
There's a guy, he phenomenal, like amazing, funny YouTuber, and then made an entire mod pack that takes everything inside Halo and modifies it to be either overpowered, underpowered, or just straight up ridiculous. Like the pistol, for instance, the pistol that you played Halo, like the first Halo, right?
Oh, of course.
You know how like the starting scene where Captain Keyes like gives you the pistol and then you go out and then the grunts are there. He hands you the pistol. The starting pistol, you hold it up, the nozzle is pointed backwards, so every time you pull the trigger, you shoot yourself.
Oh my god.
And it's what the name of it is a throwing pistol because what you have to do is hold down on the shooting button, and he takes the pistol back and then throws it forward, and it hits them like it's a melee.
Oh my god.
And then the plasma
Cursed.
pistol, instead of
Cursed.
taking like 5 seconds to charge up and then you fire the plasma shot, you can hold it down for probably around 2 minutes or so. And then as you're holding down the thing for the entire time, it's like slowly hurts you because it's like
Oh
the
my
plasma ball is
god.
getting so intense, and you let go, and it's like firing off a miniature nuke.
Oh, nice.
It's
Now I have to do
it's
this
got
now.
so many things.
I want that in
there.
VR.
Even just the littlest things, like they took the Banshee and they turned it into the flappy Banshee, where the wings just flap as it's going by like a bird. I tried to get it. I tried to get Halo to work in VR even earlier this week, and I got to where I could get it to work in my right eye for whatever reason, and it wouldn't go onto the other eye. But it's a bit hard to do because it's got like its own independent engine and all that. But
We need it, man. We need it. We need a mod. I want a good mod for Halo and VR, man. I want the original Halo in VR.
I'd say the closest we've gotten is Contractors. The Contractors Halo mod on
that
there
one's really
to
good.
me at least is very satisfying.
But I want the whole game though. I want the campaign.
Right.
I want the original campaign
That'd be cool.
in VR, the whole way. But Todd, let's get this. Let's do this Alvo trailer. I know we're getting late in the show.
We're getting late. We haven't talked about any of the topics.
I know. Yeah.
Talking about
Well, that's what happens when we get a good guest.
Let's speed run it. Speed run it.
Speed run Alvo.
Yeah. Siege. Riley. You hear me? Taz. Yeah. Set me free and give me death, there ain't no other choices. When I lay down to go to sleep, I keep on hearing voices. Little whispers in my head, man, is you fake or loyal? Rhino water, death designer, baby, pick your poison. These little demons living underneath my bed, creeping. Know the real monster lives above them all, sleeping. That subtle breathing in your closet every single evening. Thought you never see me again, looks can be deceiving. When they hear the sound of the drum, they'll be saying, oh Lord, here they die. Yeah, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. I used to think that people die because they wicked. Nowadays people wanna see you dead because you get to being ready for my tune since I came up out the womb. So no matter what, I'm coming back and paying you a visit. Saw it coming, I predicted, but y'all wouldn't listen. No, you can't protect your riches if you never burn bridges. Flip pages, went places, made changes, still dangerous. Now I'm back, altercation, hold still. I make it painless, how it feel, baby. When you say you love me, is it real, baby? Full speed, both hands on the wheel, baby. Young Taz coming from the Mobile, baby. You know the drill, baby. Yeah. And when you hear the sound of the drum, we'll be saying, here we come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come. Hey, here we come. Here we come.
PlayStation.
Hell yeah, dude.
So
Hell
good.
yeah.
What a great trailer.
Yeah,
Man,
what
I wish I
have
could
to
work with
say?
the guy that made that.
I know. I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. Or we can all three of us pat ourselves in the back. Hell of a trailer by Impact Reality. Hell of a trailer.
That was pretty
by
sick.
Impact Reality. That's freaking.
Shout out
sick,
to Elliot, dude. He put in so much work with that thing. It was
Dude.
great.
Yeah, I mean, it was so cool making a trailer for Alvo, and we had a lot of fun. Elliot did such a good job, and though some of those shots that you see in there, that was us in there playing and recording, and just we're shot over shot over shot just to get that perfect, that perfect kill, or like that end shot of
Sniper in the
that was
RPG.
me. That was me
Yeah.
looking through the sniper scope at Steve, who is the CEO of from Alvo. And basically he's I'm looking at him through the scope, and he shoots a rocket launcher at me and kills me as I'm trying to like aim up my scope. So it was a lot of fun, man. We love doing it. And Alvo is launching next week on Thursday the 14th. Thursday the 14th
You bet.
onto PlayStation VR 2, man. And I can tell you guys, it looks phenomenal in that PlayStation VR 2 headset. I always thought it was a good looking game on PlayStation. I thought it was a really good looking game. They did a good job with the port onto Quest. This is next level now on PlayStation VR 2, and it plays so good. These controllers are perfect for Alvo. I know people miss the aim controller on the PlayStation VR 1, but it is so goddamn good. The Gryffindorks is just PSVR 2, just PSVR 2 for this release, but it's already out currently on Quest 2, on Quest 2, and very shortly, very shortly, you will see the Steam launch coming right behind it. So you will be able to play it on PC VR as well, and it is cross-plat.
It is cross-platform or cross-play. So
yep, cross-play. So you'll be able to play. PlayStation players will be able to play against Quest players and you'll be able to play against all PC players all as well. So, hell yeah, you excited for Alvo? Wise? You mean you're a shooter fan?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be one of those games that I could get into in more of a relaxed position because like with Alvo, it kind of keeps it automatically senses you at a certain height. Although they do have more manual things now for being able to reload and stuff like that, as opposed to whenever they are first launched. Um, it is still one of the only shooter games that I can literally play like relaxed in a recliner. You know, I can play that while relaxing, and I think that's definitely gonna hit a lot of people where it's like, "Oh, you wanna play," because I have had those people, like, I've played Onward with so many people back in the day that, like, they're like, "Oh, I like this, but I don't like having to manually reload. I don't like how complex it is to have to do this, or that." Like, this is their kind of game. There is a market out there for people that, like, want to be able to push a button and have something done for you, or like you were talking about, have, like, stuff that's just a lot more fast paced than Onward. I think it's definitely got its market and its place, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, get into this. Todd had linked the Gleam giveaway. Get into it and enter. It's super easy to enter. There's a ton of ways to get in there, and the folks at Alvo were nice enough to give away a PlayStation VR2 for the launch. So it's going to run for what, about a month, Todd?
Yeah, it runs
Um,
till the 11th of October, and then on the 12th of October, we'll draw the winner live on our show.
There you go. Wise. Todd said that he would buy you a PlayStation 5 if you win the PlayStation VR2.
As we're
I
experiencing
didn't hear him
technical
say anything about
difficulties.
that.
I don't know what
Oh.
happened to Eric. He must have disconnected.
Oh, did you kick him?
Nobody kicks me. Nobody.
Nobody puts Eric in the corner.
Oh man! All right, let's move on a little bit because guys, I actually have a freaking business meeting at 11:30, and it's almost 11 o'clock. I got a meeting at 11:30.
Let's do it. Let's speed run it.
Speed run some other new stuff coming up because there is a lot of cool games coming besides Alvo next week. We have Hellsweeper VR coming, Todd, and I think we have a trailer for Hellsweeper VR.
Yes.
I am so excited for Hellsweeper VR, man. This is
Dude, I played this so early on. I want it. I want it
Same.
right now.
Same, super cool.
Well, then let's have a look.
I love the ending of that trailer, man.
Right.
It's too funny.
Every time.
I love it. It's too funny, man. That game looks badass, man. I want that game.
Sweeper's coming out
bad.
September
It
21st.
does.
September
The,
20th.
Yeah. Simultaneous launch going everywhere.
I never really got into those games. Like people love Blade and Sorcery and think that it's like one of the godsends of everything. I never really got too much into Blade and Sorcery. I thought some of the mods were okay in there that made it like worth playing. But like as something about Hellsweeper just made it so different for me. Like it scratched that itch that I needed, and it was so good.
Yeah, super good. From the developers of Sirento. I know Vertigo's publishing it, but Sirento developers. So a lot of that movement that you're going to see in there is like a little bit different. Like it does look like Blade and Sorcery, but it's going to be more of the Sirento jump, flip, kind of get up in the air, do aerial combat. And then where it gets away from Blade and Sorcery is you saw in there, it says it has roguelike gameplay in it. So you can play it like a roguelike, which I absolutely love. It gives you something to do in there just besides going in and playing in a sandbox. So
it gives you like progression.
All right, Todd, what do we got next, dude?
Well, we got a bunch on the list, but another one that's coming out that I think you're gonna like. I don't think it comes out till the end of the year.
Okay.
But it's Journey to Foundation.
Ooh, yeah.
This may be hard to hear. The Empire will fall. Our galaxy will be plunged into 30,000 years of chaos and war.
Thank you for saving us the Emperor Dragon.
We can't stop it. But there is a plan to save humanity. So, will you fight for a dying empire? Or help us to reach Foundation?
PlayStation.
Damn, another banger, man. Another banger. It looks super good.
That one looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I like it because it's got story behind it too. Like, give me the great, adventure and shooter, but give me story behind it. It seems like it's got a great story. This is from Isaac Asimov, so this was a book, several books that they wrote in the Journey to Foundation series. So I didn't read them myself, but I know that a lot of people want them. So yeah, I'm super impressed with with the looks of the trailer, the looks of the game. Really, it's high on my list of stuff I'm looking for.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it's coming out. It's another simultaneous launch. It's not coming to PC, so no Steam port for this one, but it is PSVR 2, I believe, or maybe it's PSVR. It's not coming to. Actually, I could be wrong on that. It is coming to Quest and to Pico as well.
It did say PSVR 2 on the trailer.
It is PSVR 2, Pico, and Quest.
Nice.
Coming in fall 2023.
Also, one thing I forgot to say earlier, whenever you know how you got like this chat right here that you guys use for the show to be able to like send links and stuff. The whenever the first trailer came on for Alvo and the line came on there of him saying like, "Can you hear me?" I thought there was some kind of private voice channel in here where you guys were trying to ask me something. So I heard like, "Can you hear me?" And I went, "Yeah, what's up?" And then like no response, and it said it says you're muted. And I was like, "Oh, I
muted you just in case you started talking." Yeah.
But he says that trailer looks pretty freaking mind blowing, and it does, man. I'm really looking to it. That's one of the. It's pretty high on my list, I think, of games I'm looking forward to. All right, let's keep moving.
It looks
guys.
like some like No Man's Sky type stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. It
time.
does has that like sci-fi feel to it. So all right, let's keep rocking.
Here's another one that's right up Eric's alley. This one is called Bulletstorm.
Oh fuck, I want this game so bad. God damn, we picked some good ones. We picked some good ones to look at.
Right?
God damn,
I have
want
no
that.
idea
So
what
many
the
good
game was
games
about,
coming.
but I saw monsters and guns, and that just feels like
all you
pure
need.
America to me. Sorry,
Hell
Todd.
yeah, that's all you need, man.
Yeah.
It's got the name. It's called Bulletstorm. Who cares?
Yeah,
Does
right.
it really matter at that point? Doesn't matter.
It's a pray and spray game for sure.
That looks so good, man. I want that game.
F yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
this next one is another banger that's on Eric's top 10 list of games coming out in 2023. Let's have a look at
Oh
Increment.
boy. All right. Oh no. You mean excrement? What in the other fuck? What in the other fuck is that? What the hell is that?
I have
That was
no idea.
probably the worst, most annoying trailer I've ever seen in my life. And I came out, like I told you guys earlier, I come out of this trailer not knowing what the hell I just saw. Like, what is the game? I don't even know what the hell. Is there a game there? I don't even know.
Eric,
I have no idea.
you remind me of like the dad from that one meme that's just like where he goes, "What the hell is even that?"
Yeah, seriously, I'm
It's
watching
won
this
2
trailer.
international festival awards, including something that they're being special. What do they call it? Like they're pointing them out at the Tokyo Game Show.
Dude, that shouldn't win that shouldn't win anything but the what the crap award. Seriously,
that one.
I
The
can't,
award is going to be a poop emoji.
like to me. I mean, like, are we still doing this? I mean, it looked like a game, another game where you like it's about you touching stuff in VR and like pulling handles and God, we did this in 2014.
It's 10 years ago.
This is you grab this and push that and do this and it doesn't even look good. It looks like shit. I mean, come on, man.
Desires, Eric. Push the button.
Increment. That's why I said it's excrement. It's
That's why he
garbage.
calls
Like
it
I don't even
excrement.
know. And like the trail, that's like that. Like maybe the game's great. Maybe it's gonna fool me and the game's gonna be amazing. But if that's the case, whoever made that trailer should be shot because that is the worst trailer. The sound.
I'm
in
gonna
it
buy
is
it out of
just annoying.
spite.
Oh, you should and stream
You
it. I
should
want to
and
see. I
stream-
want to.
I'll stream it. I'll stream it during one of our impact meetings, and you can see exactly what increment is all about.
Perfect.
This is gonna be my new game that I love to hate. I can't wait. I can't wait for this
It's
one.
the
to
new
land.
What the Bat. Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you start seeing all these trailers that we just showed you, and then you come across this one, and you're like, "What in the hell did I just watch, man?"
I
Like,
feel like
what
we
is
already have
this?
a touching stuff in VR simulator. It's called VR Chat.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. I'm like, I watched that trailer earlier because Todd had it on the list, and I'm like, I don't remember Increment. What is this? And I watched the trailer, and I'm like, what in the other hell did I just watch? I don't even know what that is. All right, show me something else, please.
All right, so-
Everything has got to be better from that. Everything.
This one's definitely better. This one's a little more nostalgic. I was a
All
big
right.
fan of the #1 version of this game, and they're releasing #2 shortly.
What the Bat 2?
System Critical 2. What the Bat.
Oh, System Critical. I love you guys, man. You need to take about 30 seconds out of that.
Yeah, that
It's
trailer needs some
it
work.
just goes a little long, dude.
Yeah.
But it looks freaking cool. Like I want to play it, but I'm like watching a trailer and I'm like, wow, that's a long trailer. It's a long
It's
trailer.
a little motion sick inducing. It was a little
Yeah,
too much movement going on.
I was
there,
like,
yeah.
holy transitions, Batman.
Yeah.
Every
needs some
transition
work.
was different. There was one where the screen flipped over. There was one where the
Like,
screen
whoa.
like went through like a cylinder, and I'm like, whoa.
Gryffindor
shit
chat
about the
said,
trailer.
Mega Man Sim, and he
Yeah,
couldn't be more right. I did some beta
Yeah,
testing.
I was actually
of
gonna
System
point that
Critical
out.
too, and it's exactly what it is. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can see the right arm has that Mega Man like gun
Yeah,
on it,
big
right? Where it
blaster
kind of
thing. You can
morphs
put that
into
on
different
either
things.
arm, but it's got
Yeah.
melee now.
There
It's
was
got
actually
punching
a-
weapons.
There was a transition I made in like my most recent Tabor comedy that I put up where I was like, let's no, it was the one where I reviewed the update and I was like, let's go check the boathouse, and I had like the screen spinning and then a head that I clipped out of one of my friends go towards it, like the Batman logo. It's like ba-da-da-da.
Nice.
Hilarious.
Love it. All right, System Critical 2. Another one I'm looking forward to, man. I do like, and it's a lot of shooters now all of a sudden, but that's cool. I want to see more. So,
All right,
what do
so
we
here's
got, Todd?
something that I wanted to show. It's a little less shooty, a little more mixed reality. I don't know if I watched very much of the trailer, but the concept to me is very smart.
Okay.
Hopefully they've
I'm intrigued.
landed this.
I'm intrigued.
It's popular. And I looked into some other parts of it, and it is going to be multiplayer. I don't know how they're going to pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
But as a concept, I like it. As a game, maybe not so much. But
Yeah, I actually played something very similar to this at Gamescom. It was called Slot Cars, because it was basically like you setting up Matchbox, Hot Wheels. Like, remember the Hot Wheels tracks, the rubber tracks that you had as a kid?
I remember slot cars, the little cars with the little metal pin at the bottom.
Yep, and you could race
Hit
them.
the little
I
button on your
remember those. I
controller.
love those.
Yeah, so there's a Slot Car VR that's coming, and I got to play the demo. It's all mixed reality, so you can you set the track up in your own environment, and you get to race cars, and that was multiplayer too. So, but it looks like we have a couple of games like that coming out. So, yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I like mixed reality is awesome, man. So if I can do some stuff in mixed reality, I'm awesome. Brandon VR says Matchbox 20. Okay.
I can see that as being one of those like social games, be able to hang out with your friends and chill with them, but not like it. I can never just kind of be in VR chat where I'm sitting there doing nothing. Like I want to be doing something if I'm in VR. I could easily see myself playing something along those lines with a concept like that, just chilling and crafting stuff while talking with your buddies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the mixed reality stuff is going to be like that. It's going to be like you in your own environment, hanging out with buddies, doing something, shooting zombies, building Hot Wheel tracks. I'm all down. Let's do it. All right, what do we got, Todd?
I got two more.
Cool.
This one we kind of talked a little
One
bit
of them
about
better be
last
grapple.
week. But this one is pretty sick, and it's on the list of games coming out this year.
Very cool, man. And I did get a chance to play this at Gamescom. I played the demo, and this is not normally a game I would gravitate towards, but and then D 1360 XR says Gorilla Tag copycat, and it is far from. Like, I hate Gorilla Tag. I don't like it at all. I don't like the movement. This movement is somewhat like Gorilla Tag and the kind of the way you move around, but This is completely different. It's not like Real Tag where it's multiplayer. This is I think this is single player
It's a
only.
platformer, single
It's a
player
platformer.
platformer.
Yeah,
with
you're just
arm movements, so more of a
And it's
stride
fast.
The
game
developers
than
sent me
anything.
early access to that. I think it was actually my old contacts at Beyond Frames were like, "Hey, if you want access to this, here you go." And I just never had a chance to boot it up, but it looks
you,
nice.
you should go boot it up,
It,
man.
it
It's so
kind of,
cool.
I don't know about you guys. Does it kind of remind you of the of I Expect You to Die kind of graphics, leaning a little bit more towards cartoony, but it's like in that ballpark?
Yeah, the graphics are very much like they remind me of Alchemy Labs.
The art style, I should say, not the
Yeah,
graphics.
yeah, the art style reminds me of Alchemy Labs.
High school,
What's that game?
the school game. What the hell is it called?
Yeah,
Osmonious High.
Osmonious High. It kind of looks like
Yeah.
that, and it's got a sci-fi vibe to it. I mean, you're like on a space station. You're like this little, alien dude, and you whip yourself around these environments, and literally it's like platformer because you're trying to get from point A to point B. You've got some enemies that you've got to take out in the middle. It's so cool, man. The movement is like it's one of those things where it's pretty intuitive. It's pretty intuitive right away. So you'll pick it up fairly easy. But mastering it and getting through the environments will be a bit of a challenge, which is what you want. You want to
Right.
have that learning curve where you do have to be really good at it. You have to like work at it, but you'll pick it up. The basics you'll pick up real easy, and you'll have fun with it right away. So this is a game that I'm looking forward to. This was Skiba's like, I think this was his top demo at Gamescom. I mean, literally they had to pull him out of the headset when he was playing this.
And this
He
isn't
loved
his
it that
game
much.
style either, but he was just taken back and was just hooked.
I hear like the hands slapping throughout the entire trailer, and I
Yeah.
feel like I'll just be making jokes about like my
Oh, yeah.
moist hands. Like,
Oh,
like,
you're going.
it
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like wet feet
Going
slapping on
down.
the ground, just
Yeah.
like.
Mhm. Yep, there's gonna be lots of sound drops for this game. Oh man! All right, Todd, what do we got?
All right, last one. This is another one that we've talked about briefly in the past, but one that I couldn't pass up because the trailer's awesome, and I can't wait for this to come out. I know you got to play this in Gamescom, and I'm super jealous. But it is Vampire: The Masquerade.
Oh, nice.
Venice, Italy. Felt like I was back on square one. Hiding in the night. I didn't want to get dragged into this. But the guilty must be punished. You'd do well to remember that. Because if you don't, I'll make things very uncomfortable for you.
Now, Vampire: The Masquerade is kind of cool because it is the only virtual reality game so far that's marked to be released in November.
Really? I didn't
Yep,
realize
it's
that.
the only one on the list. Like there are a few games. There's maybe a dozen games that are fall 2023, and there is no date. This is the only one so far slated in November.
Interesting.
So
November's going to be a
hopefully-
funky time because it's going to be right after the Quest 3 launch. So
It's
you know,
September,
you're-
October packed with games, but November
yeah.
nothing, and then December, of course, is going to be crazy.
The rest of September is
mean-
okay, I think, for like quality of titles. October is freaking badass, man. I can't wait for some of these games.
Yeah, let me just read off
Like
a couple
it's
that are coming
definitely
in
a
October.
unique business decision of like, oh, you're putting it in November to where there's not anything else, so like only people are gonna be talking about you for like new videos. But
Right.
of course, like if people are on fixed incomes and they're like, oh, I already bought these other 5 games, unless you're having a lot of hype built up to it, to where people are saving money specifically for your game, then it might hurt the sales unless you're at a really good price point too.
Yeah, for sure. This
So
game
games
is
that are-
super hard too, by the way, guys. It's not easy. Like I was in the demo, and usually they give you when you do demos. I mean, Todd, you've done a million demos, so have you, wise, especially like at conventions and things like that. They try and put you in a demo that you can get through fairly easy. Did not hold any punches with this. Like this was, I died so many times just
Wow.
trying to get through the demo because you cannot be seen here. You have different abilities that you actually open up as you go, but you don't have them all open in the beginning. So you're kind of limited a little bit in the beginning, but if you're seen in any way whatsoever, you're pretty much dead because you can't survive an open fight with some of these enemies. You have to like be stealthy. You have to kill quietly. You have to like use the shadows. You have to use the heights and the tops and the rooftops of the building. You have to and you have to use your abilities to kill stealthily. Otherwise, you're dead, man. And it was freaking hard. I love Dishonored is exactly right. Everybody's saying Dishonored. It does actually feel a lot like that.
Did you guys ever play Aspire 1 or at least Aspire 2?
Yeah,
both of
both.
them. Yeah.
Loved them. Loved them.
That was that I that seems like kind of like this, except it focuses a lot more on stealth. I remember one of the aspects of Aspire. I want to see them put it into more games, and they just didn't put into a lot of them. But just the fact that I could go into this game stealthily, like creep up behind an NPC and like give him commands like, you know, put down your gun, get down on the ground,
Empty
and
your
like
pockets.
actually
Yeah.
force him to do
Yeah.
stuff.
That
Yeah,
was fun.
empty out your
Yeah.
pockets. How much money you got? $20?
Yeah, it was
I'll
cool.
take it.
Give it to me all.
Mickey
Yeah,
Barron
it's cool,
Jack
man.
said he pre-ordered this game on Sunday, so he's super stoked too.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Go get it. This was one of the best demos I played. There was a couple of really, really good ones that I played at the show, and this was one of them, man. This was absolutely great. And there was another multiplayer game from Fast Travel that I can't talk about. They don't even have a name for it yet. But it was a multiplayer game, and it was freaking awesome, man. Fast Travel's got their shit together. They know what they're doing, and they're a good company for a publisher and for a game developer. So I'm really looking forward to the next one, but this one's going to be awesome. Todd, we did good. We got through them.
I think so. Yeah, there's a crap load of people.
Oh, guys, there's so
This
many.
list
We
is
just
on
pulled
Upload's
a
website.
few. Yeah, we just pulled a few.
I'll drop the link in chat just so people.
Yeah,
can go check it out.
just look at. I remember Arashi. Yeah, Arashi is still coming. You know what I mean? That's coming. Genotype is another one that's looking forward to. Cradle of Sins. You know, Ghostbusters, Rampage. Rampage sucks. Stranger Things is coming. You know, Bulletstorm. We said Wandering in Space has an online mode that's coming, a multiplayer version of Wandering in Space.
There's a bunch
I'm
of
really
VR
looking forward to.
experiences too, like those ones that go to the Kane Film Festival and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
that
Wallace and
Islanders VR
Gromit is
one.
coming, which is kind of like one of those.
Yeah,
Oh
Maya the
yeah, we were
Birth,
talking about that like 2
that
weeks ago.
one's not for me, but it looks super cool. It's all about women and their growth. Looks
Yeah, I mean,
really
we're
neat.
still looking for Behemoth coming soon. You know, sometime in 2023.
I
Attack on
completely forgot
Titan.
about that.
Attack on Titan is still coming.
Vertigo
what
2 is going to be ported to PlayStation
Oh,
VR. too.
right. I forgot about that.
So much stuff coming. It's going to be a good fall. Good fall.
Yeah. You know, we have Affected. The Asylum. Arizona Sunshine 2 is still coming. Assassin's Creed. Atlas Endgames, which is a BR shooter that's coming. Holy crap, man! I'm reading this list. Demio Battles is coming too.
Oh, yes, I need that. We need to have a Demio Battles night for Impact at some point.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
see
That
the
would be
Demio
sick.
Battles.
Final Fury is coming from the makers of Synth Riders. They're doing a fighter called Final Fury. That is coming this year. That is going to be freaking amazing. Lo-Fi is coming. Overdark, which is a PSVR 2 horror game, is coming. Racket Club from Resolution, which is like that little, like a little miniature tennis game, that's coming. That was pretty awesome. The Exorcist
Resolution
Legion
Games game.
VR Sin. Boglands is still coming. God, there's so many, man.
I think I already have my line
Contractor
for Demio
Showdown is
Battles.
coming.
That's right,
The
but not
developers
till
have been
next year.
sending me screenshots of that shit, Eric. It looks so awesome. I need
They
it
need
like
to send us a
right
build.
now.
They need to send us a build wise. I want to get in there.
They have been sending me information about it, like, and I want to get in there, and I can't say what it is because the developers asked me not to say specifics. But for those people who are still dedicated to original contractors, they have something big coming for there very soon that they wanted me to help out with. It's gonna be amazing. They got changes. They got really good changes coming to original contractors, and they have Contractor Showdown coming out. It's gonna be a blast, dude.
I can't wait. Man. Can't wait.
I was gonna say I already got my
Underdogs?
line sorted out for Demio Battles. Every time I'm gonna pick the wizard, I'm just gonna yell, "It's wizard time, mother!
Nice.
Fireball!"
Let's do it, man. I want to get in there. I love Demio, man. Be able to get in there and freaking battle some people is going to be freaking amazing, man. Guys, go check out this.
Just the amount of versatility of coming into VR is awesome. Like we'll be able to go and play D&D in VR and then immediately go into Contractor Showdown and then, go kill some people's vampires. Like just the jumping of all these different things from all the different categories coming out is crazy.
Agreed. All right, guys, we're gonna have to get out of here quickly. I do want to mention XR update one more time. Todd, can you show XR update for everybody? We got it on the thumbnail. I do want to hit it before we get out of here. But guys, XR update is in full swing now. It's pretty. We kind of launched it last week. This is a news site, a news website. If you want to go through and get the latest in XR news, this is the site you want to look for. If you have ever been like frustrated with other websites that do updates about VR, this is the one you want to go to. Most of you guys know Wes from Virtual Strangers. He is the editor for XR Update through Impact Reality. This website is kick ass. We are going to have so many super cool things in here. You will have articles from your favorite people written in here and written well. It's done really well. Again, think about anything that you've gone to on some of these other news sites and you've been like, why isn't there this? Why isn't there that? I want this. These will be what you're looking for. So come to XR Update. It is in full swing now. I think Todd, do you have an article in there? I think you had one.
I have a bunch. Yeah, the MetaQuest 3 article is mine.
Nice. I think I have one. I don't know if it's actually posted.
Unless
yet.
you want to go to a website that has
on
less Eric in
Gamescom.
there. Otherwise, this isn't the place for you.
No, I only have one. I only have one article up so far, and that was on Gamescom. I don't even know if it's up yet. It might not even be posted yet. But
And in the gaming section as well, there's we have Spatial Ops, which is an article about the interview we did with Paul Brady, and then Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Retribution article on the interview we did with Guy Constantini. So,
hell yeah,
check both of those out.
Yeah, this is going to be a great
content
website
in there, and it's being updated and populated with new stuff every day, just like every other update website is. But it's VR focused by VR enthusiasts. I think it's going to be a different place for people to get their news. I like it.
Hell yeah. Oh, Wes says my article will be up in the morning. Sweet.
Awesome.
Had to get it approved by Wes. Wes doesn't mess around.
Right?
We ain't putting any garbage on there. If you don't do a good job of what you're doing, you ain't gonna put it up, man. You ain't gonna put it up.
From working with you guys, I found some of you guys can be pretty harsh. Like earlier we were talking about Todd. It's like, oh, if you made one mistake, banhammer, you're gone.
Dan, he's gone, man. Todd's like Todd. He's like no shit, man. He'll just knock you right out of here.
Don't talk.
All right, guys. Literally, I have a meeting in 4 minutes, and I'd like to actually go to use the bathroom since we've been doing this for almost 2.5 hours. But Wise, thank you for coming, man. Thank you for staying so long and doing this. This was a blast, man. I had a lot of fun doing this with you.
Oh, this is great.
I think we will invite him back again. He was really good.
All right.
Whatever, Todd. Yeah. Whatever.
Guys, you know where to go.
Catch me out in grapple. How about that? Catch me out in grapple.
There you go. Catch me in grapple.
Grapple tournament this weekend.
You guys know where to find Wise. Tass Hoss has been nice enough to put out the update and put the links in everywhere.
Love
you can go find him. Go check him out. Go check out Tass's Gun Stocks. Go check out Q2C VR Gamer. We have an amazing Discord. We have a great Patreon. If you want to be a part of the Patreon, I promise Patreon patrons, I will get back to the weekly meetings as soon as I get in my new home, and we will hang out every week before the show. But yeah, come in and be part of that. That would be amazing. All right, guys, that is going to be it for me. Next week from my new studio in Tampa, Florida, for Wes. No, not Wes. Wes is down there in chat, but for Todd and for Wise from VR Central. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.